colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya guselkumab may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hey, Colorado, do you hear that? Not really? That's the sound of your neighbor Gary mowing his lawn at 6 a.m. with his new electric lawn equipment. Gary got 30% off with a statewide discount on all new electric lawnmowers, trimmers, and leaf blowers. Don't sleep on this great deal. Statewide discount only through the end of 2026. Learn more at simplestepsbetterair.org. Again, that's simplestepsbetterair.org.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. Denver's recent hailstorm hit hard. Golf ball size hail, to be exact. Damaged shingles, cracked siding, dented gutters. You might not see it from the ground, but your roof took a beating. And I don't want you to wait around for a leak to find out. Call Monarch Construction and Roofing today for your free no-obligation storm damage inspection. Monarch works directly with your insurance company, so you don't have to. Monarch Construction and Roofing, your local Denver storm damage experts. Visit monarchroofing.com to schedule your appointment today. Monarch Roofing is your official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
Robbie Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases, 300 trials. Let's face it, divorce is really impactful. You may have a controlling spouse. You may have a violent spouse. You may have been a victim of a domestic violence. You may be wrongfully accused of domestic violence. This all affects parenting rights. And let's face it, the kids are the most important. These are the things that need to be handled. They need to be handled appropriately by someone that's going to protect your kids and protect your rights. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com, 720-706-5151.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity Summer Savings Event, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Now through June 22nd, get gig Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 years with equipment and unlimited data included. No strings, no commitments, and get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. Plus, you can even try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. After 12 months, regular rates apply to Mobile Select. Xfinity Internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
This summer, all roads lead to Groove Toyota in Inglewood during our Summer on Us sales event at the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver Metro. New Tacoma's only $349 a month lease. GrooveToyota.com. New Tacoma's only $349 a month lease and soon. Hurry into Inglewood to Groove Toyota before the best Tacomas are gone. Groove Toyota. Start here. Go anywhere.
Closed end lease for 36 months with $34.99 due at signing. Zero security deposit. Unapproved credit. Call 720-961-4465 for complete details. Offer expires 6/30/26.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Thursday, June 18th, on a gorgeous day in the Mile High City, live from Meadow Hills Golf Course as the sun beats down the misters on above our heads. What up, Bill?
Woo! What's going on, ZB, man? We actually have a listener that's here. He was showing me his tattoos, and he had one from the Cup year 2022, and then he had this other tattoo that was like in Braille, right? And so he's like, you want to touch it? So I'm touching. I'm like, hey, man, I can't feel anything. So how is somebody going to know like what it says? He said, you would have to see it. And I'm like, oh, like I'm still like, what are you talking about? Like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? I'm touching his skin like, yeah, I can't feel it. He said, you would have to see it.
And that defeats Braille.
Exactly.
That defeats the purpose of Braille. That is so funny.
Go.
I have seen so many of our listeners through the years show me their team tattoos.
Yes.
Commemorating the Stanley Cup in 2022, commemorating the Nuggets championship in 23, different tattoos that go back to the late 90s for the Denver Broncos, 2015 tattoos. I mean, I have seen and it's hard to believe that there is that many people that have sports tattoos. I happen to love it. Now, it's not personally for me.
I was going to say, would you ever do something like that?
No, the only thing that I would have on my body is something related to my family.
Yeah.
Although I will tell you,
you were getting ready to have a player's name on your skin not too long ago.
Who?
Remember when we made the bet with old Russ? And I think you were going to get like a 3 right on your cheek.
If Russ led the Broncos to like a super something silly. Years ago I remember saying I would get a Charlie Blackmon tattoo if Chuck Nasty went and won the home run derby. This was back in like 2018. But no, I actually did, it speaks to a larger conversation, but there was an opportunity that came up professionally that I told you about off the air. That was a long way from here, out of our market, and talking through it and just going over pros and cons and stuff with my wife. It did. I didn't need to be reminded, although it did remind me during those conversations just how much we love Colorado. And the quality of life that we have here, and this journey that we've been on for a decade. And it did cross my mind to get some mountains tattooed on me.
Okay.
My favorite place to be in the world is up in the mountains.
I know that for a fact. Every time, and you guys have made it a family tradition right now of going to the mountains and visiting different parts of the mountains. And you always talk about it.
I just love it. And once we got through this conversation, like we never want to leave Colorado. We really don't. And so it did cross my mind, talk about random rabbit hole of like getting some version of mountains tattooed on me, because this state, really beyond Denver, Colorado has already tattooed itself, onto our life. Didn't think I'd be sharing that right now.
For sure. The moral of the story is you still might get some tattoos of some mountains.
Maybe so.
And my man was getting ready to leave me, and it was going to be one less guy I need to worry about being in my state, man.
No. It was just one of those things that we had to talk through because it was such a it was a deal.
Yeah.
So maybe one day, and I do have tattoos on me. I have
you have a tramp stamp, right?
I don't. I have wings on my upper back.
Okay.
That are attached to a cross, and even though I don't practice religion and haven't maybe for 2 decades or so. The principles that I was raised on, that kind of represents that, of being a good person and trying to do the right things. And then the wings are, I'm still called Bird or Birdman or some version of Z-Bird by all my hometown friends. And then I have words that go across my shoulder blades that go from shoulder blade to shoulder blade that say "Brothers are forever" for my brother Jason.
Okay.
So those,
I love that.
That's
man.
the ink on me. What's the ink on you?
Man, I got a bunch of tattoos on my
How
stomach.
many?
I want to say probably like 5 or 6.
5 or 6 on your stomach?
Like big tattoos.
Oh my gosh, you do!
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, right here on my neck.
Yeah, you have quite a bit.
Yeah, and then and I have to get one more for Sophia.
Oh,
I'm getting fat now, so I have a footprint of my son, Phil, when he was born, and I have to go get the handprint of my daughter, Sophia, because she was born, and then I'm done after that, man.
Okay.
So, so I got a bunch of tattoos. I went through a phase in the NFL, right, where you start seeing all your teammates get these tattoos. You get a little bit more money. You're bored. And so you start going to the tattoo place.
Oh, man.
And then it's one week, and then all of a sudden the next week you're back. And then the next week you're back, and you're starting to come up with ideas, and now it ends up being something you're doing all the time.
Yeah.
And so I had to stop, just because I didn't want to go into my make a sleeve on my arm. And all my brothers have sleeves, but I just stopped with my stomach, man.
Yeah, well, that's quite a bit of ink. I did not realize that footprint of Phil. It's a little bit bigger than it was when you first got it. That you are testing that skin.
There we go. The abs are underneath, though. Yeah. You got to remember that.
Oh my gosh. So all right. So let's pay off the tease here.
Yeah.
All right.
What did you tease into, man?
Here on a Thursday that feels like a Friday. We will not be at work tomorrow. With OTAs and minicamp in the rearview mirror, what do you think is the number one question you have about the Broncos heading into the summer?
Yeah, the biggest question to me is, can the Denver Broncos start to look like the alpha dogs offensively other than the defense? I want to see the Denver Broncos offense during camp take over. I want us to come in after every practice, or at least half the practices, saying, hey, the offense is winning. The offense is winning. Now, I don't know how many people want to hear that because defense wins championships, and I'm not saying the defense is going to fall off a lot, but I'm ready to see Bo Nix take that next step. Jalen Waddle's in the mix now. Cortland Sutton, who has been a Denver Bronco for a very long time. We just talked about Troy Franklin and how he could take that next step. Pat Bryant's another one.
Yep.
All right, this offense should be dynamic under Davis Webb / Sean Payton, because Sean Payton's not going anywhere. He's going to still help Davis Webb out. But now it's time for the offense during Camp Z to start winning some of these battles. All right, to move the ball, to have these explosive plays early. Because now for us, if we're seeing that often and seeing the consistency of explosive plays, then you know what's going to happen in games, and you know what's going to happen in the regular season. So can Bo Nix take his offense and start fast and finish strong before the season actually starts?
I like that, and you're drudging up a memory from last summer, where I remember asking Sean Payton about the dynamics of the defense continuously owning the offense. And I said, what do you want to see? As Josh Dover making an appearance here at Meadow Hills. Absolutely love to see it.
Okay, Josh.
I'm going to be out there in a couple hours. Trust me. I remember asking Sean about training camp being one-sided.
Yeah.
Right? And he said, it's okay, but you don't want to see that over the entire course of the summer. Unfortunately, that's what we end up seeing last year. That's what we ended up seeing last year, is really one side of the ball controlling things really from wire to wire through the summer. That's not to say that the offense never had good moments, but the offense never had a day where it was definitively better than the defense. And then you start the season, right? And it's so interesting how training camp can be a forecast of things to come. And I remember the 2022 season with Nathaniel Hackett and watching training camp and saying, guys, and I get labeled negative, and I'm like, guys, this does not look good. The offense with Russell Wilson doesn't look good, and they were doing, it wasn't even camp, we called it training glamp. I mean, they were not, like, it was all kid gloves. We have to save our bodies, Nathaniel Hackett, and there was even NFL guys, right, even at our station validating, saying, no, this is the new NFL. No, it was never the new NFL. They got their ass whooped starting with the first week to the last week.
You still got to callous your body.
You have to do it. And so, but I remember, like, and then you start the season, and then the themes of training camp persist into the season. Not as similarly with last year, but it was sort of that vibe. The defense was the backbone of the team. It wasn't even debatable. The offense was average. The Broncos were not 14-3 because of their offense.
No.
But I like where you're steering this. It's got to be more of a partnership. We should be having training camp practices with Bo Nix in year 3, with this offensive line, with this running game, with these receivers, with these tight ends, saying the offense won a day in a way that we just didn't say last summer.
You want to win a Super Bowl, like Bo Nix said. He wants to win a Super Bowl, win an MVP. Then you have to be dominant at times during practice against your defense that's actually really, really good.
Right.
Peyton Manning, all right, was dominant, was able to win in practice, all right, winning some of the preseason games when you asked him to, and then dominating the regular season, won a championship, won a Super Bowl. Elway's the exact same way. If we want to win a Super Bowl this year with Bo Nix, he's going to have to show us throughout camp that they are ready to take that next step, more explosive, hitting the middle of the field, hitting some deep balls, the accuracy. That you're looking for all of that to come into play at the same time, and you start fast and you finish strong.
Well, we're going to start getting those meaningful training camp clues in less than 2 months from now, really about 5 weeks from right now, so just over a month, and we'll be out there at all those practices passing it along. Okay, what are the best and worst case scenarios for the Broncos this season. CBS Sports did that exercise. Where do we agree and disagree? We'll get to it next.
2 arrests, felony charges, excused from minicamp. Jonathan Cooper's future in Denver has never been more uncertain. Is it fair to think it's over for him in Denver?
There's some moments where I'm like, man, you know, at the end of the day, if the law and the league don't take him off the Denver Broncos, are the Denver Broncos going to be the ones to say, this is our new standard? Yeah. And despite us giving you a $60 million contract and being a huge part of our defense, you're still gone? I just keep going back and forth. If I had to choose right now, I think he's done as a Bronco.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You know that feeling, sitting at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you got here? Credit cards, car payments, subscriptions you forgot about. It all piles up. But here's the thing. If you own a home, you're sitting on the answer. American Financing can help you declutter your monthly bills into a single manageable payment. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture, not just one piece, all right? The average customer savings is $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there is never any upfront fees or obligation with American Financing. This is a family-owned lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. So pick up the phone and start that conversation at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or simply visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-360-0681 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-360-0681. That's 800-360-0681. What do you have to lose? Call 800-360-0681. Again, 800-360-0681.
The hot weather is here. Stoke here from my team. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Has another company told you that you need a new air conditioner? Time to throw in the challenge flag. Rocks Heating and Air offers no obligation, free second opinions. There are amazing financing options and incredible rebates too, only from the best. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
In Colorado, relationships matter. That's why contractors across the Front Range choose Western Pacific for doors and millwork. 35 years of quality products, next day delivery, and fast will call service. Visit GoWestPack.com. Western Pacific, local ownership, professional expertise.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And if you need serious car repairs but don't want the hassle of a shop, All Points Automotive is 100% mobile. From engine rebuilds to transmission replacements and all the mechanical work you need, they come to you guys. To book your appointment, visit allpoints-automotive.com.
Buy gold and put some silver in your pocket. I know what you're thinking. Everything's expensive right now. How am I going to buy gold? It's Ron Paul. Nowadays, a lot of things are out of your control, but there is something you can do right now to diversify your retirement, and it doesn't cost you anything out of pocket. My friends at Birch Gold Group will help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, a time-tested hedge against inflation. Plus, in honor of America 250, Birch Gold is going to give you a special America 250 1-ounce silver round for every $10,000 you purchase by July 2nd. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898 to get a free info kit from Birch Gold and claim eligibility for this limited time offer. Again, text the word SECURE to 989898 today.
Hey, what's up, guys? The Drive is out here live at Meadow Hills Golf Course today. We're going to be hanging out until about 6 o'clock, so if you want to come say hello to me and Phil and you're anywhere near Meadow Hills, come and stop by, give us a pound, take a picture. You know, Meadow Hills, a former country club, signature tree-lined fairways. I love Meadow Hills. Large lakes and lush grounds define traditional golf at its best. That's what you get here at Meadow Hills. It was also an early tour stop and hosted the Denver Open in the early 1960s. The tight fairways and small greens demand respect and accuracy from golfers. Some of Colorado's best views are also seen here. Extremely popular and considered one of the best values in the entire metro area. Meadow Hills always provides an excellent round of traditional golf. Also, Aurora Amateur September 19th through 21st and the Aurora Ladies Cup October 3rd will also be at Meadow Hills. Come and check us out. We're here till 6.
From cowboy flying aces to local astronauts, discover the Coloradans who changed flight forever. Determined to fly. Now open at Wings Over the Rockies. Learn more at wingsmuseum.org.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Homestrong, Colorado's foundation repair and concrete experts.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, hanging out here live at Meadow Hills Golf Course on a beautiful day in the Mile High City. A little bit cooler than it was yesterday.
Yep.
It was about 95, 96 degrees yesterday. We're approaching that, though. I said going into the most previous break, what are the best and worst case scenarios for the Denver Broncos this season? You know, CBS Sports did an example of that for every single team. Here's what they said the best case is. Bo Nix doesn't skip a beat after recovering from the season-ending ankle injury he suffered last postseason. In fact, he's better than ever after the Broncos gave him another top-tier pass-catching weapon in Jalen Waddle this offseason. With R.J. Harvey taking a leap in year 2, Denver's backfield improves and the offense becomes a high-powered machine. When paired with the defense, the Broncos earn the #1 seed for the second consecutive year and find themselves playing in the Super Bowl. That is the best case scenario. Where do you agree? Where do you disagree?
I mean, I'm going to have to agree with Bo Nix in his health, right? He must be 100% healthy. Why? His biggest superpower is his mobility, being able to get out of the pocket, throw on the run, pick up the first downs with his legs, right? That's a threat. And what does that force the defense to do? Keep all eyes on him. They can't just bail back like a Joe Flacco where you know that he's slow as hell, that he can't get out of a tackle, so you can kind of just bail everybody back, play 7-on-7. That's not the case when Bo Nix is healthy. But also for Bo, got to take that next step. You have to be able to stay in the pocket. You have to be able to hurt a defense with your arm, with your mind.
Yes.
Like you've talked about, Z, so many times. Be able to check into plays that make sense, that can add to another explosive play that you've been looking for. So he's spot on. It is Bo Nix's health, man. And if he is healthy and he's in the right mindset and he is taking these jumps and leaps in camp and also in these preseason games leading to the first game of the year, then the Denver Broncos offense will be a lot better off and it will help the defense out, give the defense a break. And it's not always going to be on the defense to make a play in order for us to win a game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that part of it. Like, best case for the Denver Broncos is Bo Nix plays in every single game this coming year. That you just start there. The Broncos are not if we were talking about this in the crosstalk yesterday. You take any starting quarterback away from their team, all right? It doesn't matter. It's finito. That's it.
Done deal.
You know, barring a once-in-a-generation scenario where Nick Foles, steps in and leads a team. Like, that never happens, though. So Bo has to stay healthy. That's best-case scenario. But the high-powered offense part, that the Broncos offense becomes a high-powered machine, that lives within the realm of reality. And if Bo takes a big step forward in year number 3, all right, and it's right there for him, you're not asking for much on this Broncos offense. Like, what more would Bo need, right? You have a true #1 receiver. You have an incredible #2 option in Cortland Sutton, or you can flip them. You can flip them depending on Sunday by Sunday.
Yes.
A run game. You have the offensive line. You have tight ends, serviceable tight ends at a bare minimum if you wanted to classify them like that.
A new OC.
Yeah, a new play caller, a potential Hall of Fame coach. I mean, the number 1 defense in the league.
Like, come on.
Like, there's not much to ask for here. So if Bo can take that leap, and we talked about it yesterday, I think it was, he's 25th in the league in completion percentage. That's got to get better. Your completion percentage is in the 30s in passes of 20 yards more downfield. That can get better. So if he's healthy and he takes a step forward, that high-powered offensive machine, that lives within the realm of reality. In terms of the team's success, and if you're just joining us reacting to CBS Sports' best and worst case scenarios for every NFL team, they said best case scenario as a team, Broncos are the number 1 seed for the 2nd straight year, and they're playing in the Super Bowl. Is that the best case scenario for the Denver Broncos?
You want me to say they have to win the damn thing, huh? Win the Super Bowl. The best case.
If it's best case, unless you don't believe that. I don't want you to say that if you don't believe that.
Well, no, the best case scenario, you're right, Z, it's to win the Super Bowl. We've talked about with the Colorado Avalanche, with the Denver Nuggets. Like, the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl, not just getting there. Now, of course, getting there, there's something to that. It's exciting. It's fun. We get to talk about it. But if you want to be looked at as a great football player, a great quarterback, you have to win the Super Bowl. That's why we talk about Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Sure.
Usually they're winning all the time, right? So for the Denver Broncos to get over the hump, you got to get there, but then you have to stamp your name there by winning it all. So yeah, best case scenario has to be winning the Super Bowl, not just getting there.
I agree.
Oh, we're on the same page.
I agree, right? If the exercise is best and worst case scenario, the best scenario. Do the Broncos have arguably the best defense in the league?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Does defense win championships?
Defense wins championships.
Okay. Championships. So I agree. The Broncos could have the best defense in the league. And if you have the best of any side of the ball, you have a chance to win the Super Bowl. And if you have a chance to win the Super Bowl, then the best case scenario is you win the Super Bowl, not just appear in it. So, okay, worst case scenario. According to this piece from CBS Sports, quote, Nix is ready to go for week 1, but is less than 100% because of his ankle. He struggles to get on the same page with Waddle, and the running game continues to be non-existent, as it was down the stretch last season. As talented as the defense is, its numbers dip slightly from the last year, tipping the scales in a negative direction. Kansas City bounces back and knocks Denver off its perch atop the division standings, end quote.
Kansas City, huh?
Would you co-sign that's the worst case scenario?
100%. See, one, you have to have a run game. Obviously, I'm a running back, but I'm not being biased. We've seen what it looked like when J.K. Dobbins went down. All right, a run game helps you out. It takes pressure off a passing game. It takes pressure off a quarterback, and it helps build into a play-action game, which Sean Payton wanted to do a lot. But also, you need them to be able to move the chains so that you set up for those explosive plays. And if you don't have the explosive plays this year, you're not going to win against Kansas City, Jacksonville, the Rams. So, yeah, I mean, the worst-case scenario is Bo Nix is not healthy.
You're going to start there. Like, if Bo Nix isn't healthy, none of this matters. That's they're saying he's not 100%. Like, no. The worst-case scenario is not that he's not 100%, is that he has another season-ending injury.
Yeah.
You can just start there. They didn't include this in their worst-case scenario, but the worst-case scenario is something either happens to Bo, or if it doesn't, you simply regress to the mean. You had pixie dust sprinkled on your season a year ago. Mm-hmm. You set the NFL record or tied the NFL record for one-score games. Those flip on you. You're an 8-win team, and you miss the postseason. And if we go from you're a half away from the Super Bowl to the next year missing the postseason, and guys, to think that couldn't happen.
Oh, it can definitely happen. It happened to the Kansas City Chiefs.
It did.
You know what I mean? This is football we're talking about. And if you have an injury go on with a quarterback, with, let's just say, the running game again, you start to have to use backups and third-string players. You can look up and miss the playoffs because of that, man. It's truly like you have to get lucky when it comes to health.
Yeah.
And making sure everybody's on the same page. This is where depth comes to play.
Definitely.
Your second and third-string players that you have on the roster. Is there a huge drop-off when they have to go into the game? Are you trying to get them implemented in the game at times so they can get those game reps? So when something does happen to a player, because something will happen to a player, they're ready to go, and there's not that drop-off that could actually hurt a season.
Yeah, and if I told you this time last summer, now you have to remember what you thought of some of these teams around the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
If I said to you last summer, hey, the Joe Burrow and the Bengals, they're missing the playoffs.
I'd be like, you're crazy.
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they're missing the playoffs.
Oh, you're definitely crazy.
A team like Kansas City, who's like trying to defend a dynasty, they're going to win 6 games. And they're going to be 6-11 and miss the postseason. Been like, wait, what are you talking about? Minnesota won 14 games 2 years ago. Last year they went 9-8, missed the playoffs. What if I said San Francisco 49ers are going to miss the playoffs? Like, that wouldn't have computed to us last summer. So the Broncos have to, and we know that they are very cognizant of the season they had and the charmed season they had, and try to avoid the historical regression that says is likely coming to teams like Denver.
Well, how do you avoid it? You can't have these one-score games all the time.
Exactly.
Right? You got to start faster in these games offensively, because then if your offense is moving down the field and not just getting field goals, now you're getting a couple touchdowns, it helps your defense out. And now your defense can pin their ears back, be more aggressive, game plan more blitzes, maybe get a couple more takeaways because of that.
Sure.
And now you're winning these games and not having to rely on the kicker at the end of the game, or a little bit of Bo Nix magic, or Tebow magic, if you want to call it that, at the end of the game to win it. So the Denver Broncos have to stay away from those one-score wins, especially against teams that they should beat.
Exactly.
That's the thing, too. Handle business against the teams you should beat. The Raiders, you should be able to beat. Teams like that, you have to handle business.
All right. If you want to react to that, you can hit us up. We'll shift gears a little bit here because Broncos defensive tackle Zach Allen is calling his shot when it comes to an NFL record. Is it realistic? That's next.
3 years ago, the Broncos were a laughingstock. Now, back-to-back playoffs, 32 wins, and an ownership group spending like they mean it. Now Cecil's ready to say what Broncos country is thinking.
The greatest bit of news and information that I can provide today for you is merely this. Greg Penner is inevitable. Greg Penner is undeniable. Greg Penner and the Walton Penner Group and the Denver Broncos are going to be a dynasty. They just are. That sort of businessman, that sort of business people do is they excel.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting for seriously injured car accident victims in Colorado. Serious accidents demand serious representation. We dig into every detail of your case, and we don't back down until we get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a car accident, call the Wilhite Law Firm today at 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR, AdvancedHair.com.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Shop Honda keeps car buying simple. One price, one person, 1 hour means no games, no back and forth, and no dealer handling fees ever. Upfront pricing and one dedicated advisor who handles everything from start to finish. It's straightforward, stress-free, and honestly the way car buying should have always been. At Shop Honda, the experience is just as good as the vehicle you're driving home. Discover the Shop Honda difference for yourself. Visit Shop Honda today, proud partner of the Dover and Cecil Show.
Attention career seekers! Denver's 26th annual Community Employment Day Career Fair is in person on Monday, June 22nd at Doubletree Hotel Conference Center in Denver, Quebec Street from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. CityCareerFair.com and Bonneville invite you to interview with Denver area's top employers looking to fill hundreds of positions. Employment opportunities include finance, sales, management, healthcare, engineering, and more. The Career Fair is sponsored by City Career Fair in collaboration with Bonneville, Denver.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. Denver's recent hailstorm hit hard. Golf ball size hail, to be exact. Damaged shingles, cracked siding, dented gutters. You might not see it from the ground, but your roof took a beating. And I don't want you to wait around for a leak to find out. Call Monarch Construction and Roofing today for your free no-obligation storm damage inspection. Monarch works directly with your insurance company, so you don't have to. Monarch Construction and Roofing, your local Denver storm damage experts. Visit monarchroofing.com to schedule your appointment today. Monarch Roofing is your official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Broncos defensive tackle Zach Allen is calling his shot.
Shot. It seems like everybody's calling their shot. Damn.
Who do you think of when you say that?
J.K. Dobbins calling his shot when it comes to his injuries.
That's true.
He's like, I'm going to stay healthy this year. I like the confidence, but you have to prove it. Bo Nix yesterday calling his shot, talking about, and I know like it's anybody that plays the game, any quarterback, you want to win the MVP, you want to win a Super Bowl. If not, why are you playing? But Bo Nix calls his shot in front of everybody. He wants to win MVP, wants to win a Super Bowl. And now you have Zach Allen that's calling a shot too. Everybody seems like they're so comfortable and confident that they can just call shots before camp even starts. Come on, ZB.
Be serious. Do you like it, or do you say, why not just say less and go prove it?
Yeah, to be honest, the type of person I am, I never wanted to call my shot to somebody.
Yep.
Just because I always felt like you put it out to the universe. Of course, you have to go out there and do it. But also, you can get a little bit of bad luck. It doesn't happen for you. Now everybody's coming back at you saying, I thought you were going to do this.
Right.
Just work in silence. Work in the dark. And then when it comes true, you can say, man, this is something that I've always dreamed about. This was my goal from the beginning.
Right. I like that. I like that.
What about you, Z? Do you like this or what?
It would I don't think they're doing anything wrong.
Okay.
All right. I don't think they're doing anything wrong. It's just a different personality type. I'm the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather you tell me what I did after I did it than me tell you what I'm going to do before I did it or before I do it. So we see it similarly like that. But that being said, let's have fun with this. So the Broncos set a franchise record with 68 team sacks last year. That is like insane. 68 sacks.
Man, they were getting after it.
Psychotic, okay? The NFL record for single season sacks is 72 by the 1984 Chicago Bears. Now, that was the year before they went and won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there was still an awesome defense, but that 72 mark that has stood from 84, the Bears won the Super Bowl in 85. But the Broncos were flirting with that thing last year. They could reach out and touch it. 68 to 72, that's a 4-sack difference.
And you know what, Z? Maybe if someone like Jonathan Cooper would have got the sacks in the last 7 or 8 games left in the season, they get to the 70s plus, 72 sacks. If someone like Jonathan Cooper, who you're paying a lot of money for, would have done his part by the end of the year.
Yes, and Cooper just a half sack in the last 7 games of the season. Benito slowed down a lot too, but not as much as Cooper did. So 72 sacks. That's the NFL record. Now, we know nowadays you have an extra game to accomplish this as well. So Zach Allen says, quote, "We came close to the sack record last year, and we fully expect to break it this year. We're going to do everything we can to achieve it," end quote. Now, obviously, and Zach Allen would tell you this, the stats come secondary, right? To,
for sure.
You know, winning.
It's about winning.
That's right. But we can have fun with this. He's saying we fully expect to break it this year. How realistic is the NFL sack record with this group that got close a year ago, but without John Franklin Myers and without potentially, at least to start the year, maybe for the whole year, Jonathan Cooper?
Yeah, Z, I mean, I love the confidence, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't see this Denver Bronco defense, specifically the front seven, getting to that record and having 72 sacks this year. One, they're on everybody's radar now. Number two, the schedule is a lot tougher.
It is.
You're going up against people like Matthew Stafford, who won the MVP last year, who has some dominant receivers and is going to get the ball out of his hands very fast. All right, at some point, Patrick Mahomes is going to come back. We know how he is. All right, so you're going against a lot better talent and better quarterbacks that they're going to get the ball out. They're going to have game plans, and you are missing John Franklin Myers. Now, guys, you may sit there and say that's not a big deal. Watch those games. Sometimes it's his presence alone. He's not making the sack, but he's doing the dirty work. He's also helping someone like Zach Allen get the rest he needs so that when he comes back into the game, he could go 100%. This year, they're going to be relying on a rookie. They're going to be relying on
Onyedem.
Wazurike is another one.
You were scared to say his name.
Yeah, I was. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
Like, a rookie?
Wazurike being another one.
Yep.
Savion Jones, if he ever gets on the field, will be another one as well. All right, that's a big step back from someone like John Franklin Myers, who's a proving defensive tackle who also just got paid a lot of money, over $60 million the Tennessee Titans gave John Franklin Myers, ZB. So I can't see, and I don't see the Denver Broncos breaking that sack record this year. Now, they can go and do it. They're allowed to. I just don't see it with this unit.
Yeah. Look, I have to co-sign basically everything you just said.
For the first time, I'm making sense, huh?
Like, the sack record is the sack record. You know, that was such a unique year a year ago. And really what it was the first 10 games of the season is where they made most of their hay. They were on pace to not just break the sack record, they were on pace to shatter the sack record at a certain point in time. And I remember doing those segments with you, like, hey, if things stay the same and you prorate these numbers, the Broncos are going to run past the NFL sack record. But it's stood since 1984 for a reason, and I think that it would be a bit of a disservice to John Franklin Myers to just blow past his absence.
Yes.
This was a guy that didn't just register 7.5 sacks. This is a guy who an NFL team wants to pay $20 million for a season. And that, like, you're not just going to, like, a rookie's not coming in and doing what JFM did.
No.
Now, to steal your phrase that you just said, you're allowed to. If someone wants to, if Onyedem wants to come in and be, Javon Curse or Alden Smith. I mean, you remember how good those rookie seasons were.
Oh, yeah.
They were legendary. So, if Savion Jones or someone like that wants to play that role and make up that difference. But I just think that last year was a really unique year, and I would bet that last year's franchise sack record is going to stand for a very, very, very long time here in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, ZB, and on top of that, you have to look at, okay, we talk about Jonathan Cooper not being there. All right, who's replacing him? Right now, we think it's going to be Jonah Ellis. Well, Jonah Ellis has to still prove to us that he could be a starting offense or OLB in this league and be consistent. Well, now you're putting more pressure on Nick Benito to do more until Jonah Ellis catches up up to speed with the NFL speed of a starter and being consistent with that. So, man, I just want this defense to be able to get the turnovers this year.
Definitely.
Okay, of course, the sacks, and force these teams to punt the ball. If you can do that and put it in the offensive hands and put more pressure on the offense to make more plays, all right, do their job, and they're getting paid a lot of money to do their job, you're going to be just fine, and you'll win a lot of games because of that.
All right, hanging out here at Meadow Hills Golf Course on a Thursday that kind of feels like a Friday. If you are anywhere in the area and want to stop by, we would love to see your face. We're going to be here until just about 6 o'clock. Okay, we spent our first hour talking Denver Bronco football. I want to shift gears just a little bit here because we are just days away from the NBA draft, and something will be tested within the Nuggets for the very first time. Also, rumors are flying left and right about what the Nuggets may try to do. We'll get to all that next.
Parents, looking for a fun way to get your kid active this summer?
Are you kidding me?
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan's third annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp is back. Brought to you by Walmart. Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Your child, ages 8 to 14, will learn the fundamentals of football in a safe, hands-on environment from people who played the game at the highest level. We're talking former Denver Broncos Mark Schlereth, Phillip Lindsay, and Brandon Stokely, along with a trusted coaching staff from Denver South.
Don't give them room to breathe!
And every dollar raised goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado, so your family is giving back just by showing up. Sign up today at denversports.com/camp. That's denversports.com/camp.
This summer, all roads lead to Groove Toyota in Inglewood during our Summer on Us sales event. Choose from hundreds of pre-owns, 40 under 15 grand, from the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver Metro. See the selection at GrooveToyota.com. More than 100 used Toyotas, including Toyota Certified. Reserve your vehicle now at GrooveToyota.com. Start here, go anywhere.
Offer expires 6/7/26. Not all will qualify. Restrictions apply with approved credit. Call 720-961-4465 for complete details.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at American Financing. Let's do some honest math. The interest rate on your credit cards, 20% or more. Your mortgage rate, much lower. So why are you sending hundreds of dollars a month to credit card companies when your home's equity could wipe out that debt? That's exactly what American Financing helps homeowners do. And they're doing it every single day for people just like you. Consolidate, collaborate, conquer. The average customer saves around $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants are licensed in all 50 states. No upfront fees, no obligation. Stop financing your past and start funding your future. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you, Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're a guy over 50 dealing with an enlarged prostate, you need to know about PAE, prostate artery embolization. It's minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're back home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatments with near zero impact on sexual function. Top-tier radiologists, boutique setting, personalized care in Lakewood. Go to coloradoae.com.
Done right kitchens, baths, counters and floors, finished basements, windows and doors. Our 8% scheduling incentive and bank financing to ask about. Make a great time to call 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Buying or selling a home? Let a Weichert agent guide you every step of the way to get the best price on your timeline with the least amount of stress for your peace of mind. Now that's smart real estate. Weichert, the bright choice. Each Weichert franchised office is independently owned and operated.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Biondino Law Firm.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute.
Here we go.
Hanging out with you here on a Thursday, June 18th. We are off tomorrow, all right? And so we will not be talking to you guys. So we'll miss you. We'll be back on Monday. But we still have 3 hours left and a lot of ground to cover here, Phil.
We do. We're only in the first half.
We talked a lot of Denver Bronco football for the first hour, and rightfully so. Still reacting to OTAs and minicamp that just wrapped up yesterday. There was a scenario that we're going to be out there again, reacting to day 3 of mandatory minicamp. But the Broncos get a well-deserved sugar day, as Bill Parcells used to call it, and Sean Payton has adopted that term. First time in Sean's tenure that he has given them the final day.
He's disobeying Purcell by giving the Denver Broncos a sugar day, though.
But I'm A-okay with it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's not, you're a good football team. You used to be a bad football team. I used to have an issue with it. But A-okay with it now. Shifting gears here a little bit, we are just a couple days away from the NBA draft. And something will be tested within the Nuggets for the very first time. And what I mean by that is, this is the first instance where co-GMs will navigate the NBA draft.
I can't believe you just said it right there. Co-general managers. Like, 2 heads are better than one. I understand that. But, damn, co-general managers, the Denver Nuggets need 2 of them?
See, like, the thing is, we just don't know how this is going to work. And, to say it's unorthodox would be an understatement. I mean, Josh Kroenke himself called it unorthodox a year ago. But with stuff like this, I would prefer this was not the case. One guy is typically in charge, and his vote breaks ties.
Yes.
And so to think that because they're co-GMs, Ben Tenzer and Jonathan Wallace, they're co-GMs, and that they're like going to agree on everything. These are you're betting on ponies, if you will. You're picking horses coming out of the NFL draft or the NBA draft, and that's to say that you're trying to select a human being that's the perfect fit. And They have equal power, or so it seems, but that doesn't mean they see everything the same. And I'm just fascinated with how this is going to go.
Well, Z, and I'm putting you on the spot, and I know you don't know. Maybe you do, man. You talk to a lot of people. Who would have the final say? If you're in the draft room and you want this guy, and I want one, ZB, you want the other, and you guys can't agree on it. So who gets to say, you know what, I trump you, and this is who we're going with?
I would probably say Jonathan Wallace has the upper hand over Ben
Really?
Tenzer. Yes, because Jonathan Wallace is more of the so I think their official titles here. John Wallace is the executive vice president of pro personnel, and Ben Tenzer is executive vice president of basketball operations. Now, those titles are probably semantics. They're doing a lot of the same stuff and tackling these things together. But Jonathan Wallace has been more of a career basketball person. Every stop of his career is basketball related. Georgetown, Minnesota Timberwolves. Ben Tenzer went to law school. And so he knows the ins and outs of the, mechanisms of the first apron, the second apron, the, detail-oriented nature that is the NBA basically curriculum.
Yeah.
And Wallace is has been more of closer to the basketball operation. Now, do I officially know that? No. But with the information that I've gathered, that's sort of like the lay of the land and the dynamics between the two.
Well, it's going to be interesting because you're hoping that you can pick up a guy that can help you out. Not necessarily right away. You're not going to probably find a starter, but a role player that can come off the bench, generate some type of power when it comes to scoring or defense, things that you need right off the bat, Z.
Yeah, so we'll see what it actually looks like. All right, we're just a couple days away. It's going to be early next week, NBA draft. The Denver Nuggets do have their pick in a way that they won't here over the next couple years. But they do have their first-round draft pick, and they do because the league has put this clause in place that you can't trade every single pick. You have to kind of go on this every other year sort of setup. So they do have the 26th overall pick in the draft. And so we're going to be monitoring it closely. We'll talk about maybe some candidates. I'll give you one name to keep an eye on here by the end of this segment. But rumors are flying left and right here. Let's start with Eurohoops, a popular account on social media, is putting out there, and it's now being this report is being jumped on and aggregated, that the Denver Nuggets are reportedly preparing a move for Bogdan Bogdanovic to reunite him with Nikola Jokic next season. These are two Serbian teammates on the Olympic team.
Okay.
We saw when Serbia in the I don't think it was the gold medal game. It was, I think, in the semis, the last Summer Olympics. Serbia had USA on the ropes, and Bogdan.
You were cheering for Serbia.
There was a part of me that was that
Serbia, Serbia.
It was a conflict of interest. I will admit.
Not just you, Drew too.
There was a lot of our market that was
Drew shaking his head.
because there's some guys on Team USA that might not be as likable to all of us, and then you have Jokic leading the charge for Serbia.
Serbia.
It did get weird there for a second, but. I'm bringing that up because Bogdan Bogdanovic, he was the best player that day against Team USA. And obviously it doesn't happen without Jokic. You're not close to knocking USA off, but it was Bogdan Bogdanovic who that day turned into like a superhuman. He's a long-standing NBA player. He has had a very good career. He has dealt with injuries the last 2 years to his knees for the Los Angeles Clippers. But he's a guy, when he's right physically, plus you pair him with Jokic, like it's a really
Z, I'm shaking my head, man.
Tempting prospect to put them together.
I don't know if I'm tempted to pick him up. You just got them talking about the injuries. We are trying to get younger.
Okay. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yes.
The only reason you'd be potentially capable of getting him are because of the discounted rate.
Okay.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to afford him. He's a really good player, but because of those injuries, he could be going to the discount bin, and that would be perfect for a Nuggets team who is trying to save money. I did not mention that.
Okay. But is it going to move the needle for us to have a chance to make some noise in the postseason. A player like this, pairing him back up with Jokic, not just for a buddy for Jokic to get on the plane with and have a couple beers after a game, but is he going to play some significant amount of minutes that can help the Nuggets win in the postseason?
I think potentially it could. I mean, this has been over the last decade someone who has averaged double figures in the NBA. So again, much like Cam Johnson, who unfortunately may have played his last game in Denver. We can circle back to that a second. But, I was very excited about Cam Johnson because I'm looking at a career.
Mm-hmm.
Bogdan Bogdanović has had a career in the NBA, averaging about 12 points a game. So I think that he could be, a really good fit for this team. Would I misrepresent it and say it's going to get you past Oklahoma City or San Antonio? Absolutely not.
Okay.
But it's, I am trying to navigate through the Nuggets offseason with the understanding of what I think they're going to attempt to do.
And you talked about it so many times.
So many times. And they're going to try to save money on the luxury tax. And this is where we get into the conversation about Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson should continue his career in Denver. Cam Johnson is a perfect fit for the Denver Nuggets.
And he actually got better as the year went on.
He
the
did.
Postseason, he actually stood out. So, I would imagine that they would want him to come back and build off of last year.
But he's not going to come back. And they're likely going to trade him because they're going to shed salary. And that's the reality of the situation. Is the team going to get better because of it? Absolutely not. I think they're going to get worse, actively get worse, in an effort to duck that, or shed salary and make it a lighter load.
Luxury tax.
Through the luxury tax and get below that repeater tax. But you will get worse. And the Nuggets, again, with the information that I have, unless they stun me, and I'll leave the door open for that, and if they stun me and they pay, a luxury tax bill and they're, going to try to compete at the highest level, I will be floored in the best and most welcome kind of way. But until I see that, I'm going to move forward with the assumption that they're going to try to do the opposite. They're going to take a gap year. And if they do, because of a recent history of injury, Bogdan Bogdanović actually makes a lot of sense here in Denver because his cost will just be low and his fit will be good.
So when we're talking about the draft right now, right, draft is close. You're talking about Cam Johnson may not be here. They're going to get rid of him to try to shed money. Could there be a possibility where they trade in this draft Cam Johnson to move up? Right now they're at 26th.
Yes.
In the first round.
Yes.
I've heard that maybe, some noise. I don't know if it's true or not. Some noise that the Denver Nuggets are going to want to move up in the draft.
Yes.
Could you see Cam Johnson being one of those pieces to help them move up?
Yes, definitely. So there is a report out there. There's actually two reports that are saying the same thing. One from NBA insider Jake Fisher, who I believe is based out of Dallas, I think, but he works with Mark Stein, long-standing, incredible reputation, the Stein Line. He writes for the Stein Line. So Jake Fisher has a report, as well as Clutch Point's Brett Siegel, that there are two separate reports that are basically corroborating one another, that the Nuggets are trying to move up the draft board from pick number 26 to at least inside the top 20. All right, and the framing of this report is that Cam Johnson, paired along with the 26th pick, all right, in the draft, is considered to be the most likeliest offer. So yes, I think that there's clearly smoke to this. Unfortunately, I do think that is going to happen on draft night. I think that Cam Johnson has played his last game. They're going to save $20 million to their cap sheet, and they're going to go try to draft a young, far less expensive player
that you have to develop for a couple years.
That's right, and a name to keep an eye on. And Jake Shapiro wrote about this young man, or included him in a story that he has at DenverSports.com. Michigan's Morez Johnson Jr. I watched Morez Johnson Jr. Throughout the season. All right, had a bet on Michigan to win the championship that I told our listeners about. He is a really good fit. Mm-hmm. He's got incredible size. He has incredible physicality, all right? He's very good around the basket. He knows how to use his body. He's an athlete. He is like the modern NBA power forward to pair alongside Nikola Jokic. It would also be really nice to have around if the Denver Nuggets do ultimately move on from Aaron Gordon. You're going to be missing that size and physicality. And this young man, Morez Johnson Jr., I think would be a perfect fit. I just don't know if the Nuggets can move up enough to actually draft him. He's not supposed to be going in the top 10, but I've seen some mocks he's like going 12. I don't know if the Nuggets are going to be able to get from 26 all the way to a pick like 12 to ensure you're going to have to like a couple guys if you move up, because I don't know if he's going to be there. But that is certainly a name to keep an eye on. I encourage anyone to go on YouTube, type in Morez Johnson Jr. and watch his highlights. And by the end of the 10-minute video, you'll probably see some of the stuff that I saw watching just him in games throughout the year.
Well, Z, and I know that's probably not going to be like this because Cam Johnson is a lot younger than someone like Aaron Gordon, healthier than Aaron Gordon. But if you are going to go and draft this young man you got done talking about who's a power forward, that's AG spot, why not try to have AG in the first-round draft pick and see if you can get up there with that? Keep Cam Johnson. I'd rather keep Cam Johnson because of his ability to score. And he showed that throughout the toughest times in the postseason.
I want to keep him too.
You know, and then go and get rid of AG, maybe a couple other players if you have to. I don't know if we're keeping or if you would keep Jamal Murray or not. But it's just one of these things where keep Cam Johnson because of what he brings to the table offensively. All right, get younger at the power forward position, obviously, and with a younger guy that can play good defense but also have the scoring ability as well. And then you still pay Payton Watson.
So I think it's a good idea, but here's would be my baby pushback. I think Cam Johnson is desirable for an NBA team, whether you're a veteran team or you're a younger team, because he fits in everywhere, but he's an expiring contract. And someone will look at that, especially in today's CBA era and the aprons era of there is insane value with a contract that is expiring. With the Aaron Gordon, I would say what you'd be looking for Aaron Gordon, because his value around the league, I think you could actually get back 2 to 3 rotational players for Aaron Gordon and sort of make that salary match and have like your, guys 6, 7, and 9, in your rotation come back in a trade, because you can actually get, I think, multiple players for Aaron Gordon still. Now, they're not going to be the type of players that you would have got 2 years ago, but I think you can get some guys that will at least play for you. And because Denver, and if that doesn't sound terribly exciting, it's not. But again, I'm dealing with reality. Because the Nuggets are so top-heavy financially, if they move forward with most of their guys, like their salary is over $200 million for next year, which is 8 players. You're going to have to fill out your roster. So the fact that you could potentially trade Aaron Gordon and get multiple players back, like that fills out your roster. And so it's tricky here, Phil. And with the Jamal stuff, I was thinking of him because Nuggets.com, they did this piece where they sat down with John Wallace and Ben Tenzer. And what they said, I think, is interesting. And I think it's interesting because they're telling the truth. Here's what I mean.
A general manager is telling the truth. I like it.
Listen to this. Do we realize that 5 of the 8 semi-conference finalists, 5 of the 8 were top 8 in the NBA in regular season defense? All right? So 5 of the 8 teams that were playing in the semi-conference or semi-final round in the East and Western Conference, 5 of the 8 were top 8 defenses. Do we also realize that the eventual champion, New York Knicks, had the best defensive rating in the entire postseason? We are seeing a shift in NBA basketball. We've talked about it for a while now.
We talked about it with Derek White as well.
We did. And he co-signed that the league is just morphing into like who's got size, who's got physicality, and gets down and plays defense and can win rock fights. And John Wallace, Executive Vice President of Player Personnel, he sat down with Nuggets.com Matt Brooks, and he said, you just look at the state of the NBA. You've got to figure out a way to improve your toughness, improve your defensive ability, and versatility. Specifically, being able to guard on the ball, blow up screens without having so much dependency upon one another, and just overall effort. I think we have that from a core standpoint, but anywhere you can add some fresh blood, so to speak, to where you kind of raise the level, it's going to be important. Okay, so let's take a look at that quote. I would co-sign that. Look at the state of the NBA. You have to figure out a way to improve your toughness and improve your defensive ability and versatility.
That's a fact.
Are the Denver Nuggets tough?
No.
Do they have great defensive ability?
Hell no.
And they're not very versatile, all right? Now, he says you got to be able to guard the ball, blow up screens, this and that. But he says, I think we have that from a core standpoint.
You ready for that pushback? Are you going to give some pushback on that?
Yes, because if you were drafting the Nuggets core, it would start with Nikola Jokic, correct?
Yes.
And then your second pick would probably be who?
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray, right? That's where your core starts. You don't have that from a core standpoint. You don't. And that's the hard reality. He's saying, I think we do, but you don't. All right? And
the fact that he said, I think, though, tells you everything you need to know. He's not confident.
No,
he's just saying something.
He knows in his heart of hearts that's not true, right? So if you're looking to improve your toughness, improve your defensive ability, your versatility, I will continue to say, you've heard me probably say it 10 times over the last 6-7 weeks, you're not winning anything in today's NBA where your best two players are your two worst defenders. And you're not trading Nikola Jokic. So what are you left to do? That's what I continually ask. And this is not anti-Jamal Murray.
No,
Murray
but
just had the best.
It has to make sense, Z.
Yes, it does.
And when two of your best players, the two core players that you're relying to play offense and defense, and they're both not going to do that for you, you're not going to win.
Nope.
It's honestly the same, and it's a little different because you're talking about the Colorado Avalanche. Nathan McKinnon, great offensively. He could be really good defensively, but he chooses not to at times. All right, Caleb will do a lot of the dirty work, but he's also a two-way player. But maybe someone like Netjes could help out too. But you have two offensive weapons and someone like Nate and Netjes.
Correct.
And not enough defense.
Correct.
And guess what? You get in the postseason where you have teams that are defensive-oriented. They win. They're more aggressive. They're more physical, and they out-physical you, and you lose the playoffs because of that.
Yep, and the year that the Avs won the Stanley Cup in 2022, it was the most offensively explosive postseason since 1995. So the year that they won it, it actually synced up stylistically with what the style of hockey that was being played for that one season.
Yeah.
It has since returned, and the Avs have fallen on their face. So you look at the Denver Nuggets, you look at the NBA, the landscape is clear. It's evolving one way, and it's away from high-powered offenses and going towards high-powered defenses, and you're not winning anything. And by proof of the postseason, the Nuggets were trying to win 16 games to win a championship, and they won 2. They're not close, and they will continue to be this far away if their two best players are their two worst defenders.
So, Z, you say they're not close. I'm with you. They're not close. Would you be okay with the Denver Nuggets blowing it up pretty much and saying we're going to trade Cam Johnson, we're going to trade Aaron Gordon, and we're going to find a way to trade Jamal Murray? Those three guys out the door. Could you see something like that happen?
I actually could, because I think that dramatic of a change is needed here. Like, you haven't been close to the championship since the year you won it. You haven't got out of the second round. Now you're not getting out of the first round. You're not even forcing, a Game 7 in the first round against largely backups. So you have drastically fallen off from where you were. Therefore, you need something drastic to try to get back if you're going to try to maximize the Nikola Jokic era. And so, do I think that's going to happen this offseason? Probably not. Do I need to see another year of a postseason flameout to be convinced that the Nuggets aren't close? No, I don't. I have that information now.
Rip the Band-Aid off right now if you don't believe that you're close. If you don't believe that you have a chance to win it next year, then just rip it off, okay, blow it all up so that you do have an opportunity the year after next year or this year coming up to try to win a championship for the Denver Nuggets, for us fans, and then, of course, for Jokic, man.
Yeah,
Stop playing around with your food.
And so I read you the John Wallace quote. This is what Ben Tenzer, Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations, said, quote, I think focusing on players, targeting players that kind of fit what we're looking for and where the league is evolving, to watching the playoffs now and seeing what goes further in the playoffs. We've talked about length, athleticism, physicality, improving our defense, things like that. So I just continue to say there's only one major lever to pull. Major. Well, there's significant levers, but the major level, because you have two franchise players, Jokic and Jamal.
Yep.
You pull on that Jamal Murray lever. He's been a great Denver Nugget. You don't have to take the posters down in your room. His jersey's going to go up and be immortalized at the ceiling of Ball Arena. But if you're looking at it pragmatically, which means removing the emotion from it, all right? And we are emotionally tied to these guys, right? They won a championship. They're legends forever. That'll never change.
Nope, but I want another championship, ZB.
If that's what you're about, you have to remove the emotion from it and just admit the sentence that I'm going to say for a third time. You're not winning anything in today's NBA when your two best players are your two worst defenders. So we'll see what they do. NBA draft early next week. We're going to cover it top to bottom starting on Monday. All right, tomorrow afternoon, our nation will turn their attention to USA against Australia, and the World Cup will tell you what you need to know coming up next.
You asked for it, you got it. Backed by popular demand, it's the Drive's Brouhaha.
Big social brouhaha.
This summer, Zach and Phil are back on the road bringing their party to you. Last stop, Arvada. June 26th from 2 to 6 at Arvada Beer Garden.
That was quite a brouhaha.
Come find out what the commotion's all about. Head to DenverSports.com/drive for more details.
Guaranteed to bring the brouhaha.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, fellas out there, if you've been wandering around the house lately, wondering why you're tired, foggy, unmotivated, gaining weight even though your diet is not that bad, guys, you might be dealing with low testosterone. A lot of guys just blame it on getting older, but let's be real. You shouldn't feel like you need a nap after tying your shoes. And if your workouts feel more like warm-ups, your sleep is trash, your sex drive is in the witness protection program, yeah, it might be time to get checked out. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they use advanced medical strategies, TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more to help you get your energy back, improve your sleep, boost your workouts, shed pounds, bring that drive back. The appointment is just $99, guys. That includes a medical consult, plus a T and PSA test, and if you start treatment that day, your visit's free. They have 5 locations in Colorado to serve you, and they have helped out tens of thousands of men just like you. All right, so don't wait a year like most guys. Go visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here, hanging out at Meadow Hills with my guy, Phillip Lindsay. We are The Drive, and we're going to be here until 6 o'clock today. So if you're anywhere in the area, come and give us a pound, grab some food, snap a picture. We'd love to see a former country club. Meadow Hills' signature tree-lined fairways. Guys, so cool. I love being here. They have large lakes and lush grounds. It's traditional golf at its best. It was also, here's a little fun fact, early tour stop and actually hosted the Denver Open in 1961. Tight fairways, small greens, demand respect and accuracy from golfers. Some of Colorado's best views are seen here. I cannot wait to play right after the show. Extremely popular course, considered one of the best values in the metro area. Guys, Meadow Hills always provides an excellent round of traditional golf. Again, we're going to be here until about 6 o'clock. Come and say hello.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
Buy gold and put some silver in your pocket. I know what you're thinking. Everything's expensive right now. How am I going to buy gold? It's Ron Paul. Nowadays, a lot of things are out of your control, but there is something you can do right now to diversify your retirement, and it doesn't cost you anything out of pocket. My friends at Birch Gold Group will help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, a time-tested hedge against inflation. Plus, in honor of America 250, Birch Gold is going to give you a special America 250 1-ounce silver round for every $10,000 you purchase by July 2nd. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898 to get a free info kit from Birch Gold and claim eligibility for this limited time offer. Again, text the word SECURE to 989898 today.
The new 2026 Honda CR-V was made for Colorado, and Champ Honda is the place to get one. Whether you're navigating city streets or heading up to the mountains, the CR-V delivers the comfort and capability you need for all of it. Champ Honda has the largest inventory since before COVID, so you have plenty of great options to choose from. And with their one price, one person, 1 hour philosophy, you know you'll be treated fairly with no games or hidden charges. And remember, they never charge dealer handling fees.
Colorado weather can be unpredictable, but your roof doesn't have to be. When hail, wind, or storm damage strikes, trust Colorado's Best Roofing. Locally owned and operated since 2012, and a proud GAF Master Elite contractor with an A+ BBB rating. They provide expert roofing solutions for both residential and commercial properties and work with all insurance companies. Don't wait for a small problem to become a costly repair. Schedule your free roof inspection today and get the peace of mind you deserve. Visit roofingcolorado.com.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Rob Biandino here at BeatTheDA.com. My law firm's doing a ton of divorce cases these days, and the bottom line is I've seen a lot of controlling spouses. They try to control and threaten you with calling the police. They threaten you with taking the kids. But the worst ones are to control the money. The ones who control the money, we got to get to the bottom of. We got the investigators, we got the forensic guys, we got the experts, the bank guys that can go find and track whatever's hidden. At the end of the day, hit me up at BeatTheDA.com or 720-706-5151.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, come off the top rope with it!
One!
Gotta hold it on a Friday, and it kind of feels like a Friday, Phil.
That's what I'm saying with ZB. It's a Thursday, though. We're not
it's
going to be here on Friday.
Oh, it's a Friday, all right. It's a Friday. We're going to do Friday twice.
Yes,
do Friday
sir.
twice. So tomorrow afternoon, our nation will turn their attention to USA against Australia in the World Cup. It's tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Is this appointment viewing for you, or will you record it and circle back to it?
Oh, no, I'm going to watch it, Z. I'm going to watch it, man. USA did a great job in the first game, caught my attention. It was fun to watch them. It was goal after goal after goal, and I'm excited to see what they can do against Australia. That's going to be a tougher opponent.
Definitely.
But there's a lot riding on this game, man, and a lot of Americans are hoping that USA can push through, Z. So I'm going to be tuned in, man.
Yeah, there's going
to
be.
You?
I'm going to be completely locked in. I'm going to be at a pool setup, but we got a TV going, and so I'll be putting my bet down.
You didn't invite me to the pool party.
Well, we're invited. We're invited by other people.
Oh,
it's not
okay.
our pool party.
Oh, okay.
It's not our pool party. So Australia, they beat Turkey 2-0 in their first game. We know USA rocked Paraguay. That means the winner of this game will essentially lock themselves into the knockout round. All right, and that's where you want to be. A draw keeps both sides firmly in contention. But if one team were to lose, like if USA were to lose tomorrow,
yep,
basically sets up a must-win in their final group game, and hope results elsewhere go their way. We don't want to go down that road.
Let's keep it simple.
Take
USA
care of
needs to
business.
win.
Yeah.
They need a win. They can win tomorrow. They will win tomorrow, and then you move on to the next. I mean, did you see Messi the other day? I mean, that was fun
He
to
went
watch.
crazy, yes. His dad, I saw not doing so well.
Yeah.
As going through a health scare, it looks like. But tomorrow's game, Australia, USA, it'll be at Lumen Field in Seattle. It's going to be such a pro-American crowd. And so they should have the wind at their back in terms of just the support there in the stadium. These two sides have met just 4 times in their recorded history. All right, their most recent encounter, USA-Australia, it was a friendly just last year, October 2025, ended 2-1 in favor of the good guys. Prior to that, USA won 3-1 in Australia back in June 2010. In the late 90s, they played. In 1998, the two sides played out a goalless draw. And then the time before that, the first time they ever met was back in 1992 here on American soil, where Australia beat Team USA 1-0. So we have 1 loss to Australia, 1 draw to Australia, but 2 wins against Australia. Hopefully that history holds up.
It needs to hold up, ZB. It needs to. This is important. This is important, man. And all it's going to do is just bring us closer as a nation if you can just win and be part of this big-time thing going on with the World Cup.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because like one of my favorite parts about a moment like tomorrow afternoon is, man, there's so much discourse in our country, and it's not just our country, all around the world, you know, like whether it's politics or laws or whatever, right? Like we disagree on everything. But I'm hoping for tomorrow for 2 hours in the afternoon, we can all pull from the same end of the rope and cheer for Team USA. That's what I'm hoping for.
USA. USA.
All right, next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
Oh, man, the New York Knicks held their championship parade today in New York, New York. I mean, did you see how many people showed out? I mean, the streets were completely flooded. They were making announcements. It's completely full. No more viewing areas hours before the parade ever even started. And then you think about like some of the images and the lackluster images from Oklahoma City a year ago in the same sport, a town like New York. It was as crazy as you'd expect.
Big market city doing their thing.
The biggest.
You know, and that's what you want. That's what NBA needed. You know, a big market city to do that. The biggest, like you got done saying. And then, of course, it just shows you how many people love sports, how many people love the game of basketball. And I just sit there and say, damn, why couldn't that have been us? You've been able to be in parades, multiple parades with the Avs and the Nuggets. I never got to do that, doing it with you.
Yeah.
I thought this year was going to be the year where we were able to do that
so
for
did
the Nuggets, the Avs. Hell, at one point I'm like, damn, are we going to have a parade for the Denver Broncos? And none of that came true. So hopefully next year we can bring at least one parade. And it's going to probably be the Denver Broncos or the Colorado Avalanche.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But, yeah, it did make me think of that 23 season when watching that this morning. I'm like, man, that was us. That was us here in Denver. Now, not as many people, but, gosh, there were so many, hundreds of thousands here in Denver, and I'll remember it for the rest of my life. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that we got to have the one because – again, with the information that I have right now, it just feels unlikely that, you know, again, barring something unforeseen, that the Nuggets are going to get back to that point. But it made me, you know, it's a split feeling, you know. It's like there should have been more, but I'm also thankful that there was one in the first place.
Dynasty.
That's what we thought in the time when he was saying that.
Michael Malone, and you know what? Michael Malone, out the door. The Denver Nuggets seem like they're getting ready to blow up the core. Look at me rhyming. Damn, what's next?
Dude, and here's the thing. The Nuggets didn't just win. They went 16-4. They obliterated the competition. And so did the Avs. They're so synchronized year over year. 16-4, followed by 16-4. A parade followed by a parade. And man, oh man, I just, it's making me sick to my stomach. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right, Dante Gomez back in the studio. Tell us what we need to know, a bit of a live update from the U.S. Open.
Oh, I didn't realize I was doing this part of it. I got it on the fly here. We got an amateur leading the board here. Cohen, Ryder Cohen, not too familiar with him.
I don't think I've ever heard that name, Dante.
I have not either. There's probably a reason he's an amateur. -3 through 10. I know the course played incredibly difficult today. A lot of plus numbers for guys, as much as a +12 for one of the golfers here, Robbie Higgins. Don't want to call them out specifically, but plus 12 is pretty tough out there on the golf course. So course is playing tough. I would expect the cut line to be around +1, +2 after tomorrow. So should be in for a good one. A lot of names up there. Wyndham Clark tied for second right now that we know. Rory McIlroy, Ludwig Oberg. So some household names up there. Bryson DeChambeau tied for 5th as well. John Rahm tied for 5th. So some household names up there as well as that amateur leading the way. What a great story.
That is crazy and very well done, Dante.
That's what I'm saying.
On your feet,
There
all
we
right?
go.
Right? We're doing a little live radio here, and you responded in kind. Good job. Yeah, look at Wyndham, tied for second. He's -2. And you say +12 is bad on the golf course, Dante? Wait till you see what I shoot later at Meadow Hills.
Let's go.
+12 on the first on the first 9 for you.
Yeah, +29. Oh, my gosh. All right, shifting gears. What was the biggest takeaway from OTAs and mandatory minicamp according to Mike Kliss? We'll check in with our guy next.
One can't stay on the court, the other can't stay on the field. There are certain things that are putting Aaron Gordon and J.K. Dobbins in the same conversation, and neither one should be happy about it.
So is Aaron Gordon now in the J.K. Dobbins category in your mind, that it's not a matter of when he gets hurt or if he gets hurt, it's when he gets hurt, and how long will he be out? I mean, is it, at this point, is this just the way he's going to be?
Yeah.
A part-time player, and you're going to be holding your breath, especially come playoff time, every game.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, what if next month looked different? What if instead of robbing Peter to pay Paul, you had one clear payment and money left over for the things that actually matter? If you're a homeowner, that's not a fantasy. American Financing is making it happen. They're not going to judge you. They're here to help you. Everything is more expensive right now, and you're spending more on the basics than ever before. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants will give your paycheck a raise by lowering your debt obligations. Their average customer savings is $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments, and you may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there's no upfront fees. There's no obligation. We all want to live without stress. Your home's equity could help you do this. So call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
I'm Rob Wilhite. For almost 50 years, Colorado has trusted the Wilhite Law Firm after serious car accidents. With over $1 billion recovered, we know how to win for our community. Injured? Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's WilhiteWins.com.
Hey, it's Zach here. Are you seeing cracks in your home's drywall or foundation? Call Homestrong. Their highly qualified technicians provide free inspections and quotes. With 20-plus years experience in the foundation repair and concrete industry, one thing is certain. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Brendan Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
Hey, it's Glenn.
And Tiffany.
Here with Denver Roof Pros. Denver Roof Pros is celebrating our 10th anniversary, serving the Front Range from Fort Collins to Colorado Springs.
Yes, we are. And there is so much more to Denver Roof Pros. We're not just roofs and gutters. Check out our family of services at DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
Summer has officially arrived. What's up, guys? It's Zach here. 5280 Exteriors wants to help you get your home ready before the seasons change. All June long, when you purchase a whole house of siding, you'll get free gutter guards, a limited time offer designed to protect your home and your wallet. Don't wait, guys. Book your project now and enjoy stunning new siding before fall weather rolls in. Visit 5280exteriors.com to schedule your free estimate. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Flatland Cavalry.
Knowing that you're never coming back.
Shane Smith and the Saints.
I ever see is
Fiddler's Green Amphitheater, Saturday, June 20th. Get your tickets now at AXS.com. Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 1043 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, let's check in with our guy Mike Liss here on a Thursday that feels like a Friday. All right, Mike usually joins us on Fridays. And by the way, a program note, we normally do trivia on Fridays. We're going to do trivia today here in just a couple minutes. So, Mike, as you welcome back. It's good seeing your handsome face out there at OTAs and mandatory minicamp. When you look back at the last 3 weeks, what do you think your biggest takeaway was?
Why is Phillip laughing about your description there?
Oh, he can see you now, Phil. You got to remember.
Mike, you haven't aged a bit. Baby.
Yeah. Well, the 3 weeks was, I kind of made this crack to you. It kind of started as it finished. Jarrett Stidham basically was running the offense with the first team. Sam Ehlinger backing him up. And that's going to be an interesting competition, I guess, in training camp, the number 2 quarterback, because I think Jarrett Stidham is one who will run the offense efficiently, but maybe not make as many big plays as Sam Ehlinger would. But Sam probably will make a few more mistakes. And so that's going to be an interesting decision for both Davis Webb and Sean Payton on the number 2 come September 14th against the Chiefs. But without Bo, and there's so much of the drama with Jonathan Cooper, it's almost like practice, felt like an afterthought in May and June. Jalen Waddle looks good. He's going to be the top or number 2 receiver with Cortland Sutton. It's going to be kind of cool to see both of those guys out there. Jonah Coleman looked good as a rookie running back. He's impressive. If he can get his assignments down, and I saw a couple times, teammates were telling him where to go and that kind of thing. And that's what rookies got to figure out. Quicker he can do that, the better. And then otherwise, the defense mostly, as usually happens, the defense was ahead of the offense, except for a couple of misdirection plays there at the end of the minicamp.
Mike, now Jonah Ellis, all right, they decided that they're going to keep him in his spot, outside linebacker, rushing the passer, and he had a couple really, really good plays throughout the mini camp and OTAs. Do you believe that the Denver Broncos are confident in rolling out with Tillman, Ellis, and Q Robinson Or do you think that they're going to go another route before the season starts and go out there and try to pick up another veteran outside linebacker to add to the mix?
Well, if they do, that means Cooper's not in their plans, and I guess we got to figure that out first. I thought if Cooper was in trouble that they would have made an effort to sign Cam Jordan, and he signed back with the Saints last week. So, by the way, Jonah Ellis is still, from what I understand, I know in the media, he's only played outside. From what I understand, in those OTAs when we weren't out there, he did get some snaps at inside linebacker. So I think it's going to be 35 to 40% at outside, maybe 15% on inside, 10 to 15. They want him to play half the game. He's one of their better players, and they want to get one of their better players on the field. I think it'll be some kind of mix like that. The Jonathan Cooper thing is a real question mark right now as far as that outside linebacker position. Tillman actually was filling in for him because he plays that side. Benito plays the right, and so does Jonah Ellis. Tillman and Dondre Tillman and Cooper on the left. So it was Tillman who played with the ones during the mini camp. So how that shakes out, I don't know, but they first got to figure out Jonathan Cooper, which is 2 segments. It's got to be figured out by July 22nd, which is a jury by trial. And then the NFL comes in and does their own investigation after that.
Mike, the Jahdae Barron conversation, I don't think it's going anywhere. He had surgery in very early February 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. And he still was not ready to go at the start of OTAs. Had his helmet off for what felt like half of mandatory minicamp. I'm not liking some of the whispers that I'm hearing, and I don't think J-Mac is going anywhere. I think we might be in for a second season where the 20th overall pick doesn't have a grooved path to get onto the football field outside of playing dime corner, and that's not why you take someone 20th overall.
Yeah. I think we need to wait till, personally, if it's the same situation come July 28th or whatever it is for the start of training camp, then I'm 100% agree with you. I want to wait till then, though, before kind of writing them off as a backup for a second season. Everything I heard that was the plan was to play Jahdae Barron more this year. McMillan would play, and they really wanted him to compete with McMillan and would give him a chance to beat out McMillan in training camp in the preseason. Obviously, he didn't do it in May and June. He wasn't out there. And McMillan is still McMillan. And once it's game time, that guy's a ball hawk. He's got another sense to him. And I guess that didn't show up on the scouting report on the draft a few years ago when he went undrafted. But he's a second-round tender now, making over $5 million. So there's a legit commitment to him. I do think training camp in the preseason, though, it will be a battle between those two. I do think. At least that's the plan. Health might change plans.
Mike, I'm going to ask you to speculate on this, but Marvin Mims. All right, there's a lot of drama around Marvin Mims. We know that the receiver room is loaded. It's packed. And it seems like for multiple years, 3 years now, Sean Payton hasn't been able to unlock Marvin Mims. To you, do you believe that Mims was going to be on this team by the end of camp? Or do you believe that they're going to move on from Mims, trade him, and get something for him? Where do you think this is going with Mims?
No, he's definitely going to be on the team. This is a Super Bowl window, guys. I mean, this is, like Ben Powers is a little touchy right now with the young guys that are playing his position, and he's got an injury, and he's not out there, and he's got non-guaranteed big money. Mims is in the last year of a contract, and yes, this would be a great time value-wise. You could get the most back from Mims right now.
Yep. But
he's still more valuable to a team going for a Super Bowl than they are any second or third round draft pick. And so, no, Mims isn't going anywhere. It is interesting, though. They've kind of plugged in at the back end of the roster some speed guys who have return ability. They kind of looked at those guys in case Mims goes down. He went down last year and the return game suffered. And so I think they're going to have some backup returners on the practice squad this year, the way it looks to me, just as insurance for Mims. But he's definitely in the plans.
Man, I don't know if I'd have it in stone like that, because Sean Payton said they were in a Super Bowl window last summer, and they ended up moving on from Devon Vele, who had a better rookie season than Pat Bryant or Troy Franklin. So we'll see. We'll see about that Mims situation. I'm not completely locked into that like you are. But Mike, we're gonna have a couple weeks off here. We're gonna be standing next to you every day, buddy. Every day I'm gonna be right there, breathing down your neck.
Let's go, Mike.
In
the 100-degree heat.
You'll get me from the cornfields of Oswego, Illinois here next week. So,
good for you. Good for you. I love it. Mike, we always appreciate your time. Have a great rest of your Thursday and enjoy these next couple weeks.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
All right. There he goes. That's our guy, Mike Kliss. Yeah, he seems locked into the idea.
So confident.
Mims is good. I don't know.
I'm with you on that, ZB. I don't know if you have a situation where you can trade away Mims and get something for him. I think they'll do that, but also you have to ask Mims, does he want to be here? Does he want to sit there and watch Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant do his role while he just catches punts and kick returns all day? I don't know if I want to do that on my last year of my contract. I want an extension, and I want someone that has a vision for me.
All right, we'll leave that where it lies for now. It's around 4 o'clock on a Thursday that feels like a Friday. And on Friday, we play trivia, and that's what we'll do next.
2 arrests, felony charges, excused from minicamp. Jonathan Cooper's future in Denver has never been more uncertain. Is it fair to think it's over for him in Denver?
There's some moments where I'm like, man, at the end of the day, if the law and the league don't take him off the Denver Broncos, are the Denver Broncos going to be the ones to say, this is our new standard? Yeah. And despite us giving you a $60 million contract and being a huge part of our defense, you're still gone? I just keep going back and forth. If I had to choose right now, I think he's done as a Bronco.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What is going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now driving down the street who are thinking about popping that question here soon. And if that's the case, then you know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or hey, finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it's all going to begin for you at Williams Jewelers. Imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, plus the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secret to the business with you, but guys, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and, of course, the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those beautiful doors.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. General contractors, are you tired of working with 8 different subs for a single project? Homestrong is the answer. Their crews handle excavation, foundations, waterproofing, crawl spaces, and flat work. Visit BuildHomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Hey, Robbie and Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases and 300 trials. My entire family's military, and I want to carry that legacy over to helping you grunts and officers out. If you've got a divorce going on, or you got a domestic violence, or heck, if you've even been put in handcuffs, give me a ring immediately. I've never lost a DV trial. That leads me to be a beast in a courtroom, in a divorce case, in a custody case. Let's face it, the paper-pushing telephone softies can't compete. Hit me up at beattheda.com or give me a ring, 720-706-5151.
In Colorado, relationships matter. That's why contractors across the Front Range choose Western Pacific for doors and millwork. 35 years of quality products, next-day delivery, and fast will call service. Visit GoWestPack.com. Western Pacific, local ownership, professional expertise.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here. And if you're over 50, there's a good chance you're dealing with an enlarged prostate. Waking up at night, weak stream, all of it. Here's the good news. PAE, prostate artery embolization, is minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatment with near zero impact on sexual function. Lakewood location, personalized care. Visit coloradoae.com.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recyclon Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at Bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recyclon.org/Colorado.
Over 65 and looking for convenient primary care? One Medical Seniors is ready to take care of you. Call them at 833-312-3204.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, halfway home here on a Thursday, hanging out at Meadow Hills. And, man, the course is in great condition. I'm going to play right after the show.
Quiet before the storm, huh?
Fired up, a beautiful day. And I'll just tell you, do not sleep on the Clubhouse Sports Grill here at Meadow Hills. I just crushed a Philly cheesesteak in the break.
Good.
Oh, my gosh. Come on, talk to me. With the peppers and the onions and the jalapenos. Oh, so good. Shout out Meadow Hills treating us so good here on a Thursday. All right, so I mentioned it kind of feels like a Friday. We are off tomorrow, and on Friday we play trivia. So we're playing it here today. Dante Gomez back in the studio. Hit that music.
Question number 1 from the World Cup. What country has won the most World Cups? Is it Argentina, Germany, Brazil, Italy, or France?
All right, let's go over the options one more time. It's Argentina, Germany, Brazil, France. I'm missing one. Who did he say?
Did you get Italy?
No, Italy.
Yeah.
Okay. Who has won the most World Cups?
Well, the first one that comes to mind, and maybe Drew already knows this.
I do.
Okay. I would think maybe Argentina. With Messi. Messi just won one.
He just won his first.
Yeah, he just won his first.
Okay.
Yep. Argentina, extremely strong candidate. I would say I would be in between Argentina and Brazil.
Yeah.
Dante, what do you think?
I would be between Brazil and Germany. I think Germany has 3 or 5, I want to say.
Ooh-wee.
I think Argentina may only have 2. I think they won one with Diego Maradona back in the day in the 90s. And then they got the one with Messi last go-round.
So
our guy Alex has thoughts as well.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear from our guy Alex.
It is Brazil. I looked this up the other day, in fact. And they have 5.
Yep.
Brazil has 5. Drew, you're co-signing that?
I'm 100% co-signing
Brazil.
Yep. So let's send it in. Brazil, final answer. Send it in, Jerome.
Answer, Brazil.
Let's go. 1-0,
1-0, baby.
Feels good. Let's fire that second question.
Question number 2. 3 NFL teams are tied for the longest current drought without a 1,000-yard rusher, dating back to 2017. Name 2 of these 3 teams.
Wow. So I would want to say the Broncos, but you did it in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3 teams that have a drought of a 1,000-yard rusher that goes back to 2017. Name 2 of the teams.
I want to say Cleveland might be one of them.
What about Nick Chubb?
Ooh,
Yeah,
you're
Nick
right.
Chubb had to
He
have
went
gone
crazy
crazy.
for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
What about did Breece Hall get to 1,000
did.
yards this year?
Yeah, this year. Remember, like really at the last 2 games, he gets over 1,000 yards. So this would be the first one. The Jets would definitely be number 1.
Okay, so no Jets, no, obviously not the Broncos. What about a team like the Arizona Cardinals? Would James Conner have done that?
I think James Conner did end up getting 1,000
Yeah.
yards because he ended up going to a Pro Bowl with the Cardinals.
Okay, what about a team like the Raiders? Josh Jacobs would have done it,
Yeah.
right? A team like Minnesota, Aaron Jones would have done it.
Aaron Jones, yeah. And then you had Brandon Cooks. Not Brandon Cooks, James Cook.
James Cook.
His
James
brother.
Cook, yep. No, Dalvin Cook, you mean?
Yeah,
Dalvin
James
Cook.
Dalvin. Yeah.
Although
Dalvin
James
Cook.
just did it again here in Buffalo.
What about the Bears?
Ooh, that's a good
Because
one.
Bears have struggled offensively for the last several years.
Montgomery was there, though. Did he not
Montgomery
go
was
for
there, but
1,000?
I don't think he did until he got to Detroit.
Oh,
He
okay.
may have, but
What
I
about
don't
the
remember.
Chargers? I feel like they haven't had a good running back since LT.
What about Austin Eckler?
Eckler went
yeah.
for 1,000.
Yeah.
He went for 1,000.
He did. You know who it is? Kansas City Chiefs. When's the last time Kansas City went for 1,000 yards?
Ooh.
Did Isaiah Pacheco do
No,
it at all?
never.
No? Okay.
Nope. The last
that's
one
a
would
good
be
guess.
Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt ends up getting the time when he was really good that actually opened the door for me was when he went and did what he did to that girl.
Yeah.
Because it was between me and him.
So he didn't go for 1,000 yards? Kareem Hunt didn't go for 1,000 yards?
I don't think he went for 1,000 yards that year, and that was 2018. Or he might, because remember he got in some legal trouble.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. He kicked the girl, right?
Kicked him.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Nope.
So do you like Kansas
I
City?
like
for
Kansas
this?
City. I think it's Kansas City's one.
I actually kind of like that too.
All right, so let's write down KC. Let's think of another team here. What about someone like the Miami Dolphins?
Ooh.
Who's the running back before Achane? I'm trying to remember.
Did he go for 1,000?
I don't know if he did or not.
They paid him. No, he did not actually, because I looked it up. Because I'm like, okay, they paid him a lot of money, but has he went over 1,000 yards yet? And I don't think he has. And then I was there for a split second, and I damn sure didn't go for 1,000 yards with Miami.
They had and then they had the running back, the kid from Southern Colorado, like Pueblo, who played at Arizona State, the big speedster.
Balaj came in with me. He definitely did.
Caleb Balaj.
Yeah.
He didn't go. He didn't do
no,
it, right?
No, yep, he didn't do it either.
What about
And then they had-
Mostert?
I was just
there?
going to say Mostert, yeah.
but he never. I don't think he went for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he did not have.
No, he went for 1,000 yards. Actually, he did. He ended up in a Pro Bowl with the Dolphins. I don't know if he went for 1,000 yards.
Ooh. If he was in a Pro Bowl, though.
I know.
Okay, let's.
Tough question.
This is a tough question.
What about Carolina?
When did Christian leave?
Oh, good point. No, it's definitely not Carolina.
Well, Christian left.
Christian's only been gone a couple
you're right,
years.
you're right.
So within this time frame, yeah, it would be Carolina.
He had the 1,000 season in Carolina. 1,000
He
yards
did.
receiving and rushing. Third guy ever to do that in addition to Roger Craig
that's a
and
bad
Marshall
boy,
Faulk.
man.
So a trivia question within a trivia question.
Tennessee's been bad for a while. They didn't had any.
Was Henry there
Yeah,
when
Henry
he
was
Oh,
there.
Derrick
Yeah,
Henry
Henry,
definitely
yeah.
has. Yeah.
Have you heard of him, Dante?
I'm familiar.
Noted football guy.
What about the Bengals?
Ooh.
Well, Bengals feels like a great
They had
answer.
Mixon, right?
Oh, yeah.
Joe Mixon.
Mixon.
Oh, I think he did go for 1,000.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think he
Feels
did.
like he would have.
What about Dallas? Javonte just did it. What about Washington?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know anybody from Washington that went for 1,000 yards.
Did Brian Robinson do it? I'm trying to think of who else
No.
has been running back there.
They let go of Robinson. He went for 1,000. He probably would have kept his job for another year.
Yeah. I can't even think of who's been a running back in Washington.
That's what I'm saying.
The guy that I wanted.
He
the
just
backup.
He just got there though.
Krosky Merritt?
No.
Rodriguez or something.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. Yes. Evan Rodriguez is it?
I
think so.
And he damn sure didn't get to 1,000.
No, he didn't. He was a secondary back. But Washington, can we think of someone from Washington who did it?
I can't.
No.
Maybe we say Washington, Kansas City, and Chicago is we get 3 answers because we only need 2. Those feel strong.
Dante, what do you think about Drew's approach just now?
I'm not a huge fan of it. We could do it. I was also going to throw out Pittsburgh. I don't know when Le'Veon Bell left. But
No, they had a 1,000-yard rusher for 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
With
Najee Harris. Yeah, before he moved
Najee
on to the Chargers and blew his Achilles out against the Denver Broncos.
But he did it 4 years in a row. What are our thoughts about submitting 3?
All right, what about Houston?
He said there's 3. We only have to get 2. So I think.
But they've done this to us, and I don't think we liked it.
I'd say we put in Houston. Because when I was there, there was 4 of us. Nobody went for 1,000. David Johnson didn't go for 1,000 with the Houston Texans. I don't know when the last time Houston had a 1,000-yard rusher. I think it was Lamar Miller.
I would say Lamar Miller was there, but I don't know what year that was.
God, was that?
He was there
because this goes back to 2017.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
All right,
let's go Chicago then. I mean,
Chicago?
I don't know, man. I definitely like your Kansas City answer. And Washington feels like, because we can't even name a running back that's played in Washington.
Right. And Kalen Ballage might have done it. Or not Ballage, but in Miami.
Rodriguez.
Mostert.
Raheem Mostert might have done it. So we want to go Kansas City, and if you're just joining us, we're trying to find the team back to 2017. There's 3 teams in the NFL since 2017 who have not had a 1,000-yard rusher. We're tasked with naming 2 of the 3. We like Kansas City. We like Washington.
I think so.
Yeah, Washington.
Yeah?
I think Washington feels more likely that they haven't done it than Chicago.
Yeah.
Are we submitting 2 or 3? How seedy do we want to feel on Thursday?
They won't remember by the time we get to Monday anyway. So.
All right, so let's go KC, Washington, and Chicago. All right, KC, Washington, Chicago. Final answer. Send it in. Please be 2 of these 3.
Answers: the LA Chargers, New Orleans Saints, and Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, we got 1 of 3.
Yeah, we got 1 of them. Wait, so it's the Chargers?
Someone said the Chargers, didn't they?
So Eckler never went for 1,000?
I guess not.
His touchdown total was huge, but maybe his
and
yards.
maybe he went for 1,000 catching, because I know because he's been to multiple Pro Bowls.
Yeah.
Maybe it was something like that.
Okay, we're 2 questions down. We got 2 more to go. We'll take a break and finish trivia next.
3 years ago, the Broncos were a laughingstock. Now, back-to-back playoffs, 32 wins, and an ownership group spending like they mean it. Now Cecil's ready to say what Broncos country is thinking.
The greatest bit of news and information that I can provide today for you is merely this. Greg Penner is inevitable. Greg Penner is undeniable. Greg Penner and the Walton Penner Group and the Denver Broncos are going to be a dynasty. They just are. That sort of businessman, that sort of business people do is they excel.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them.
This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Minicamp reminds us of something important. No one was meant to do life alone. Every great team has teammates, coaches, and accountability. The same is true for men. If you're trying to navigate life on your own, it's time to find your team. Join a New Path men's group in person or virtually and build faith-filled brotherhood that helps you lead at home, at work, and in life. And while you're at it, check out the latest music from New Path Worship and stream their newest song. Visit newpathonthefan.com to learn more, because no man was meant to walk alone.
The best appliance deals this 4th of July are at Mountain High Appliances Clearance Center. Hi, I'm Brad Barnett, president and founder. Visit our clearance center and save up to 70% on discontinued floor model and scratch and dent appliances from brands like Bosch, GE, Sub-Zero, Genair, and many more. Inventory changes daily. Come see what's new. You can even shop our clearance center online. The Mountain High Appliance Clearance Center, where smart shoppers save every day.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
After a devastating car crash, a lot of people think they can't afford a lawyer. They're already stressed, hurting, or maybe out of work. And the last thing they need is a big retainer fee to get help. But here's the truth. At Berg Simpson Law Firm, you only pay us if we win your case. That means there's no down payment and no upfront costs to get the help you need right now. Give Berg Simpson a call and we'll be with you every step of the way.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
It's hot out there. Stoke here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Are you ready for one of the hottest summers we've ever seen? It might be time to cut your air conditioner and draft a new high-performing air conditioning system that will keep you and your home cool and comfortable. There are amazing financing options and incredible rebates too, only from the best ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX, rocks, heating and air.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. General Contractors. Are you tired of working with 8 different subs for a single project? Homestrong is the answer. Their crews handle excavation, foundations, waterproofing, crawl spaces, and flat work. Visit buildhomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
This summer, all roads lead to Groove Toyota in Inglewood during our Summer on Us sales event at the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver Metro. New Tacoma's only $349 a month lease. GrooveToyota.com. New Tacoma's only $349 a month lease and soon. Hurry into Inglewood to Groove Toyota before the best Tacomas are gone. Groove Toyota. Start here. Go anywhere.
Closed end lease for 36 months with $34.99 due at signing. 0 security deposit. On approved credit. Call 720-961-4465 for complete details. Offer expires 6/30/26.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Cheyenne Frontier Days. Born out of the American frontier, come salute our American heroes in the air, in the arena, and in the streets of Cheyenne this July. CFDrodeo.com. See you in Cheyenne.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Thursday. Little change of plans. We normally do trivia on Friday, but we are off tomorrow for Juneteenth. All right, and so we're playing trivia today. We just went 1-1 with our first two questions. We have two questions left. So without further ado, Dante Gomez, hit the music.
Come on.
Question number 3. Which state has hosted the most U.S. Open golf tournaments?
Damn,
Which
no multiple
state
choice?
has hosted the most U.S. Open golf tournaments? What about New York?
I would say New York feels like a good answer.
Yeah, because you got so many courses out there. You can do it. Shinnecock is where they're doing it now.
That's right.
What's that other one that's really tough?
Bethpage
Black.
Black.
Black. Yeah.
Yeah.
What other candidates? What else comes to
Maybe
mind?
Pennsylvania, because you got Oakmont out there, which is where they had it last year. I'm trying to think if there's any other.
What like California? Do they ever do like Pebble or Torrey?
They have done Pebble and Torrey both, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything in Arizona?
No, not for U.S. Open.
Which is shocking.
Too hot that time of year to do it.
Oh, right.
Like Texas and Florida have a lot of golf courses. I'm not saying they have the U.S. Open, but at least there's
Yeah,
just
I think it's the same kind
quantity.
of issue with Arizona. It's too hot to hold them in Texas and Florida this time of year because it's always Father's Day weekend. Let's see.
I kind of like the
Carolina with Pinehurst. I don't know if they've done it out there a lot.
I think RBC Heritage is out there, but they have their own tournament.
Yeah, that's actually South Carolina.
Okay, I was gonna say South
that's Myrtle
Carolina?
Beach. I kind of like New York, honestly.
You like New York?
Yeah.
New York.
Dante,
I like New York. That was the first one that came to my head. As a backup, California also feels kind of right.
Okay, let's just go with our initial gut. Our initial instinct was New York. If we're wrong, our instincts were wrong. All right,
We
so
need this, by the way. The morning show went 3-1 this morning.
Okay. All right. What question did they get wrong?
The one about the Super Bowl, 1,000-yard receivers.
Oh, and the question was, who was the last Super Bowl champion to have multiple 1,000-yard wide receivers? Well, what did they guess? Do you remember?
I don't remember what they guessed.
But the correct answer is the 2015 Denver Broncos.
I think they went with the Buccaneers.
Well, that's a good one.
Oh, that is a good one with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go. New York has hosted the most U.S. Opens. Final answer, send it in.
Answer, New York.
Let's go! Excellent.
I got a little nervous there, I'm not going to lie.
Excellent. All right, so we got one question left. It's our curveball question. DG, fire away.
And for your curveball question, Japan has rolled out hundreds of flavors of Kit Kat bars. Which one of these is not one of those flavors? Wasabi, sake, strawberry cheesecake, bubblegum, or cough drop?
Wait, there's multiple flavors of Kit Kats?
Why is Ty keep
Yeah,
doing
they have a
this
bunch
to
of
us?
them over there. I've actually had wasabi. I'm almost positive is real.
Okay.
I think
So
I've
it
seen
was-
it in stores over here.
Can you read?
It was can we hear the options again?
It's not one of those flavors. Wasabi, sake, strawberry cheesecake, bubblegum, or cough drop.
It
sake,
feels like
sake kind of sounds like one that may not be one.
Nah, sake's
That's like
so
a
popular over in Japan.
But that's like a drink, right?
It
Yeah,
is.
that's kind of weird to have an alcoholic drink.
Maybe. I don't know. Cough drop's the one that kind of stood out for me. That was like, that seems weird.
Seems very weird.
But
it almost seems like that's what they want you to
Exactly.
pick because
Right.
Oh my God. Wasabi, sake, cheesecake, cough drop. And was there one other?
There was
Bubblegum.
Bubblegum.
Yeah.
See, I think there's a cough drop. I think there's a bubble gum. Sake to me is the one.
I'm
Sake.
with Phil. I think sake sounds a little out there.
I don't know, because it's so popular over there. I could see sake being a flavor.
I mean,
I can't
you
believe
trying to get the kids drunk now or what?
Well, there's probably non-alcoholic sake. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, but I just can't believe someone would want to make a Kit Kat, which is an incredible little delicious snack,
out of a cough drop, right?
Tastes like a cough drop.
Right. That seems weird.
It seems perverse.
Yeah.
But people are getting sick all the time. You could
So take a cough drop. You have to eat a Kit Kat that tastes like a cough drop. If you're sick, take a cough drop.
I also don't know how they would have come up with cough drop if it's not real.
Right. I like that. I like that logic. I don't know.
So you want to go with cough drop?
No, I think it's real because I think
you think it's real.
It's almost too out there to make up.
I'm with you. I think it's sake.
Yeah. So then, do we need to change our thinking that our guest needs to live within of course bubble gum would be a flavor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe that's the answer.
Ooh.
I don't know, fellas.
Where's Alex Becker? Because we're split here, 2-2, right?
I would say not sake. I kind of like cough drop as well. Sake seems too obvious.
I know.
Guys, I have no idea.
I don't either.
I will say strawberry cheesecake sounds the best, so maybe that's the answer.
All right, let's just each cast a vote. Okay. Which of the following is not a flavor of Kit Kat, which is borderline crime against humanity that we're messing with the ingredients for Kit Kat?
Yeah, I was going to say exactly.
Kit Kat's like Mount Rushmore for me.
I'm serious. I didn't even know it was a thing that they had different flavors.
No, I don't like this.
The one flavor. That's
I don't
it.
like this. And I love Japan. I love them less after hearing this.
Yeah, I bought a blueberry one a year ago from a store.
Okay, so then if it's blueberry, then there's
gotta be
bubblegum.
bubblegum and
the
strawberry.
yeah. And cheesecake.
Yes.
All right, so it's either cough drop or sake.
I'm going sake.
Drew?
I'm going cough drop.
I'm going sake.
Put me in, coach. Let me get that last shot.
God, I think I like.
I think it's cough drop.
I think I like cough drop too.
All right, if you think
It
it's cough
seems
drop.
too obvious. It seems too obvious.
I know, it kind of does.
If we're wrong, then you don't get to golf.
Wow.
No, I'd rather not participate in this.
I don't know. Do we want to maybe just go with
I'll go
sake?
sake. I think maybe sake.
Cough drop maybe just is too obvious. Let's go sake.
All right, let's go sake. Gosh darn it.
Please
Watch it
don't let
be cough
it be.
drop.
Yeah, please
All right.
don't let it be cough drop.
We'll go sake is the flavor of Kit Kat that is not made in Japan. We'll go sake. Final answer.
The answer is bubblegum.
Oh.
What? And you see, this is why I said maybe we need to flip our logic.
Yeah.
That what you think is the most obvious is the
Bubblegum.
that.
I feel like that would be the easiest one to put together.
You would
Right,
think.
right.
Wow.
Oh man, that is. Hey, we got tied.
We did get tied.
Tide has done it
For like
three
the third-
straight.
I was going to say 3 straight weeks
I'm
now.
done.
And they're
I'm
the most
done.
obscure
Suspend tie.
questions.
What's a
DB, you
temple in
missed last
Thailand?
week's, dude.
Yeah,
Last week's was
it
unreal.
was bad.
What was it? Do you remember?
It was which one of these temples is not in Thailand?
Oh my
And then
God.
he just said 4 temples that no one has ever heard of.
And we guessed and we got it right.
We did get it right.
My man came back from his overseas trip armed.
Yeah.
With curveball
He's
questions.
cultured now. Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. Hey, with OTAs and minicamp in the rear view for the Broncos, what's the number one question you have heading into the summer? That's next.
Parents, looking for a fun way to get your kid active this summer?
Are you kidding me?
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan's third annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp is back. Brought to you by Walmart. Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Your child ages 8 to 14 will learn the fundamentals of football in a safe, hands-on environment from people who played the game at the highest level. We're talking former Denver Broncos Mark Schlereth, Phillip Lindsay, and Brandon Stokely, along with a trusted coaching staff from Denver South. And Every dollar raised goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado, so your family is giving back just by showing up. Sign up today at DenverSports.com/camp. That's DenverSports.com/camp.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Don't know what to get Dad for Father's Day? Give him Rockies.tv. Right now, get 50% off during the Father's Day sale, just $37.99 for a limited time. Dad can stream every game live. Visit Rockies.tv to sign up now.
Hey, it's Zach here. Summer is here, and 5280 Exteriors is kicking it off with a huge June offer. Get free gutter guards when you purchase a whole house of siding. Lock in your project now and enjoy beautiful new siding before fall hits. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Colorado weather can be unpredictable, but your roof doesn't have to be. When hail, wind, or storm damage strikes, trust Colorado's best roofing. Locally owned and operated since 2012, and a proud GAF Master Elite contractor with an A+ BBB rating. They provide expert roofing solutions for both residential and commercial properties and work with all insurance companies. Don't wait for a small problem to become a costly repair. Schedule your free roof inspection today and get the peace of mind you deserve. Visit roofingcolorado.com.
Looking for a way for your hard-earned money to work hard for you? Open a 13-month CD at 4.01% APY from End Credit Union, soon to be Wings Credit Union. With a minimum deposit of only $500, a 13-month term, and a guaranteed annual percentage yield of 4.01%, your future self will thank you. But hurry, this special rate is only for a limited time. Get started today at ent.com/CD special. Rate accurate as of June 1st, 2026 and subject to change without notice. Insured by NCUA.
Has your doctor told you it's time to lose weight? Is your blood pressure up? Your cholesterol keeps climbing? Or you're already on medication and wondering, is this just my life now? Or been told you need a procedure or surgery, but you have to lose weight first? That's where most people get stuck. At Colorado Fat Loss, we help people lose 20 to 40 pounds naturally in about 60 days without injections, prepackaged meals, or extreme workouts. But more importantly, we help you keep it off so you're not stuck wondering what problem is next. Imagine lowering your blood pressure, improving your health, and taking pressure off your joints. Because if nothing changes, it's usually more medication or bigger problems down the road, especially if you have a family history of health issues or feeling the effects of getting older.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I lost 30 pounds in just 7 weeks, and I've been able to keep the weight off, and I'm telling you what, I feel great.
Many clients lose 20 to 40 pounds in about 60 days. Schedule a free consultation. Call and take control of your health. Go to coloradofatloss.com. That's coloradofatloss.com. Results may vary.
All right, barbecue fans, Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040 with something special for you that we're cooking up for the best free meal in all of Denver. Now, in addition to my delicious smoked pulled pork that we serve on nearly a monthly basis and my copycat Chipotle chicken recipe that has a kiss of smoke and is fantastic. Our friends over at Old Style Sausage, a local company that makes these sausages that are custom made for the smoker. Mike Daborski over there is going to give us some. So this summer, they will join the menu at the best free meal in Denver. We're here to help. It's every first and third Thursday. You get free groceries and a hot meal for the night. No questions asked. You just pull up and pop the trunk. It's every first and third Thursday, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road, E Hills Church from 4 to 6 p.m. Help us spread the word.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet?
Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Most small business break-ins happen between 2 and 5 a.m. The owner finds out when they unlock the door at 7. Pull footage from a consumer system and you get a silhouette in a hoodie. Nothing identifiable. Vantage installs cameras that read a face in total darkness. And they don't stop at cameras. Access control, network, intercom, cabling, AV. One company, one number. Ready to invest in real security for your business or property? Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit vssicolorado.com/business today.
This segment on The Fan is built by Denver Deck Builders.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Rolling downhill here on a Thursday, live from Meadow Hills, and yucking it up with some listeners here during the commercial break.
Yeah.
Shout out my guy Scott. He used to play basketball with him.
Yeah, I heard you were dunking on him.
I used to give those boys the business, I'm not going to lie. And
anytime you wanted a feel-good game, you called up the boys. Hey, y'all come to Court B.
And so looking back at mandatory minicamp and OTAs, all right, I want to do that here in just a second. But first, is your child interested in picking up the game of football? You can join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan for our 3rd annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan youth football camp presented by Walmart, Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Children aged 8 to 14 can enjoy hands-on coaching from former Denver Broncos like Mark Schlereth, Phillip Lindsay, Brandon Stokely, as well as a staff of coaches from Denver South. All proceeds benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado. For more information and to register your child, head to denversports.com/camp. All right, shifting gears from trivia with OTAs and mandatory minicamp now officially in the rearview mirror as of yesterday. What is the number one question you have about the Denver Broncos heading into the summer?
Yeah, the biggest question I have now for the Denver Broncos is, can Bo Nix in the Denver Bronco offense plus Davis Webb, can they be the reason why the Denver Broncos win this year? I want to see the Denver Bronco offense winning during camp. There was way too many times last year, ZB, we're coming in, we're reacting to what happened during camp, and it was the defense just putting it to the offense. The defense putting it to the offense again. Now, can that be reversed? Can the offense have days where they just put it to the defense? Now, of course, I don't want to see that all the time, because if you don't have a defense, you're not winning a Super Bowl. All right, and I've always said defense wins championships. Now, I don't know if ZB believes that, but I do. With that being said, I want to see the offense competing this year. Bo Nix letting it rip to Jalen Waddle and Cortland Sutton for deep balls, being accurate with the football. Okay, a couple explosive run plays, although you don't take to the ground, you can still see if it's going to be a big-time run. All right, the offense just moving down the field methodically. That's what I want to see, the offense winning the day at times other than just defense dominating, ZB.
Well, I think that you mentioned something in there, having fun, but I think it is worth tapping into. You said defense wins championships, plural, right?
Yep.
You put that S on there. And, I've always given you pushback on that statement based on the S after championship. Because we have seen over the course of NFL history. So it had a front row seat of it 10 years ago for Super Bowl 50. Well, I guess more than 10 years ago now. Crazy how that's getting further in the rearview mirror. But we've seen a championship be won because of a defense single-handedly.
Yeah.
The Broncos damn near single-handedly won with their Super Bowl 50 defense. We've seen a team like the 2000 Bucks or the 2000 Ravens, the 2001 Buccaneers, the 85 Bears. But defenses are harder to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
There's just more moving parts. You react when you're a defender. When you're an offense, you dictate. And that's why I think we've seen over the course of NFL history, the repeat champions are Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes. And not to say that those teams didn't have, because to win a Super Bowl, you need to have awesome defenses. But that's worth mentioning here on a Thursday, heading into the summer, because the Broncos defense has been the reason they've been as relevant as they've had for the past 2 years, all right, especially a year ago. Your 14-win team because of your defense. And there's a chance, a very good chance, in fact, that the Broncos defense regresses a little bit.
Yes.
They just set the franchise record for sacks. So the whole history of the Broncos, last year's the sack record, 68 sacks. The chances that gets replicated, probably not very well. So, to your point, the offense, this needs to be more of a partnership between the offense and the defense.
More balanced.
More balanced. And I don't know what you would put it the last handful of years here. I'd say maybe, let's keep the last year. I'd say 70-30 Broncos
I'm with
defense.
You. That was exactly what that was in my head. I'm like, Will. I was thinking it. You said it.
Yes. So you get the credit as well because you were thinking it. Like Will Peterson demands his credit because of his thoughts that none of us else can see, or nobody else can see. But so, yes, this needs to get closer to 50-50. Does it need to be exactly 50-50? It probably won't be. But can it get closer to 55-45? Something like that where the Broncos offense is the reason while you're winning these games, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in comeback fashion and super dramatic and, bailing out the first 3.5 quarters of offensive, lackluster play. Just more consistency.
Exactly. You want to ask yourself, why are we here? And we should be in the Super Bowl at this time. It's like, why are we here? The reason why we're here is the offense and defense are both balanced. But at times, the offense is able to take advantage of opportunities and be the reason why we're here. It's because the offense is doing their part, ZB. So Bo Nix has to take that next step. Obviously, you got to stay healthy with the running backs. And Davis Webb, all right, he's going to have to come up with some more creative plays, more explosive plays for the offense to help the defense.
All right, what are the best and worst case scenarios for the Denver Broncos this upcoming season? CBS Sports did that exercise. Where do we agree? Where do we disagree? Also, we're just days away, guys, from the NBA draft, and something will be tested within the Nuggets for the very first time. Also, rumors flying left and right about what the Denver Nuggets may try to do. We'll get to all of that as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
You asked for it, you got it. Backed by popular demand, it's the Drive's Brouhaha.
Big social brouhaha.
This summer, Zach and Phil are back on the road bringing their party to you. Last stop, Arvada. June 26th from 2 to 6 at Arvada Beer Garden.
That was quite a brouhaha.
Come find out what the commotion's all about. Head to DenverSports.com/drive for more details.
Guaranteed to bring the brouhaha.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the great folks at Homestrong. Imagine turning that cold, wet crawl space into a clean, dry, fully finished basement without calling anyone but Homestrong. Guys, Homestrong is family owned. Over 20 years in the foundation and concrete industry and the most experienced crews in the state of Colorado. They repair foundations, waterproof basements, install egress windows, lift concrete, even build new foundations. So, if you see cracks or water issues, get a free inspection and a free quote from Homestrong. Most work comes with a lifetime transferable warranty and financing is available. If it's at or below the ground, Homestrong is the best around. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter-churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Every day, cyclists across Colorado are seriously injured by careless drivers. I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting to make those drivers and their insurance companies held fully accountable. We know these cases, we know how to win them, and we won't stop until we get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you've been injured in a bicycle accident, call the Wilhite Law Firm today, 303-GOOD-LAW, or visit wilhitewins.com.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recyclon Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recyclon.org/Colorado.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're a guy over 50 dealing with an enlarged prostate, you need to know about PAE, prostate artery embolization. It's minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're back home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatments with near zero impact on sexual function. Top-tier radiologists, boutique setting, personalized care in Lakewood. Go to coloradoae.com.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Father's Day sale. Now through Father's Day. The Tree Farm has been family owned and cared for since 1980. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. Now get 25% off all sizes of flowering shrubs, including lilac, spirea, butterfly bush, and more. 3-year-old old-fashioned purple or white lilacs, now just $67.46 each. Now through Father's Day. Come see.
I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Celebrate our nation's birthday at Big O Tires. Through July 5th, save $200 on select sets of 4 tires. Plus, you'll get the Fuel Saver Special for free only at Big O Tires.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Thursday that feels like a Friday. We will not be here tomorrow, all right? And
well, you might be here tomorrow. Make you come in.
I can promise you. If like I might be here, like actually where we are here at Meadow Hills, which I'm going to play right after. Man, does this course look like it's in great shape?
Man, it really is. I fear for the course once you get on it, man. You're getting ready to rip up that grass.
I'm going to play at 6:30. I'm fired up. I have not played it yet this year.
You've been taking classes, though.
I have through Aurora Golf. Yeah, I've been taking classes at or lessons rather at Saddle Rock. Got another one coming this week, my third one, and there's a golfer in there somewhere.
There
right?
is.
It's like
you gotta find it.
Like, and my guy Jeff, right? He's looking at me like a big lump of clay, and he's gonna peel away the stuff and then somewhere in there's a work of art.
2 lumps though. It's a lot of peeling he's gonna have to do.
There's a lot of peeling.
But
there's
your
no doubt.
drive. You feel like you're confident that you're going to get a couple solid ones off today?
A couple solid ones for
evening?
sure. I'm taking baby steps, and here at Meadow, the first tee box is like right here in front of everyone.
Man,
right? So it's like one of those where like you're teeing off in front of.
It's calling you, ZB. It's calling me too. I wish I could be with you, dude.
Yeah,
you invited me.
Yeah, wish you were out there. Wish you were out there. All good. So shifting gears a little bit here, best and worst case scenarios for the Denver Broncos this season. I was reading an article from CBS Sports that did this exercise for every NFL team, all right? Here's what they said the best case scenario is for Denver in 2026. Quote, Bo Nix doesn't skip a beat after recovering from the season-ending ankle injury he suffered last postseason. In fact, he's better than ever after the Broncos gave him another top-tier pass-catching weapon in Jalen Waddle this offseason. With R.J. Harvey taking a leap in year 2, Denver's backfield improves and the offense becomes a high-powered machine. When paired with the defense, the Broncos earn the number 1 seed for the second consecutive year and find themselves playing in Super Bowl 61. End quote. What do you make of that forecast of best case scenario for the Broncos?
I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Other than if you're going to say best case scenario, and we talked about it earlier, you must end the season on top, at the very top, which is winning the damn Super Bowl. Not just getting there and enjoying it and taking it all in. Of course, that's exactly what we would be doing, and it would be great to be there. But in order for it to kind of be the cherry on top, in the best case scenario, you have to go out there and you win it all. And I've been sitting here saying, this is the year. It's championship or a type of bust of a year because at some point you're going to have to pay Bo Nix a lot of money.
That's right.
When you're paying your quarterback a lot of money, that means you can't pay everybody on the team. So you may have to get rid of a couple key players just so you can pay Bo Nix, your franchise quarterback. With that being said, then you have to go out there and win it all this year and win a Super Bowl. That's the best case scenario, winning it all.
So you believe because of Bo Nix is still on the rookie contract and the status of that, that's going to change majorly if he continues to play well and stays healthy. He's going to occupy a huge percentage of the salary cap. So it's championship or bust this year for the Denver Broncos?
Yeah, and I feel like I said that with the Nuggets. I said that with the Avs. So I'm going to have to say it with the Denver Broncos because my mindset is you got to win it all, man.
Yeah.
You were so close last year. You're so close. Everybody you brought back, if you're Sean Payton and George Payton, you guys brought everybody back, but you added a dynamic, explosive weapon with Jalen Waddle. Okay, Bo Nix going into year 3. All right, and like I just got done saying, you're going to have to pay this man if he ends up doing what we think he can do, Z. So that's why I say that.
What if they were the number 1 seed in the AFC?
Check.
They win in the divisional round like they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
They lose in the AFC championship game.
Again.
What kind of year would it be?
It'd be a great year.
Oh, my God.
I know you trying to get me.
I tried to set a booby trap on his ass.
Yes, you did. I jumped over it.
because
it was a great year.
Because Phil and others who think like him think you can be the number 1 seed, be championship or bust, get swept in the Western Conference Finals, and it still be a great year. Oh, you picked up on. You're learning. I'll give it to you. You're learning.
When does the student become the teacher?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You're at least getting from grade to grade anyway.
There we go. Moving up to the 5th grade.
Oh my gosh, that is funny.
It's a great year, man. I mean, was last year a great year?
Do you mean that? Do you mean that?
I do. I do, man. And the reason why I say that is because for like me playing the game, it's so hard to win. It's so hard to be competent even in the NFL if you don't have the right pieces and you're battling and you're going to the next phase and you get to go to the playoffs and you win that playoff game and then you get so close to the Super Bowl but yet so far away because of something that happened to Bo Nix and J.K. Dobbins. It's hard. But I would sit here and say that season the Denver Broncos had was a great season.
What if they did the same thing again? Would it still be a great year?
I mean, yeah, it would be a great year.
It's getting harder. It's getting harder to lie, isn't it? It's getting harder to lie, isn't it?
I'm looking for something better than great. Like I'm looking for.
See,
what's better than great?
If you talk this out, if you talk it out, and you.
So what would it be? What would it be for the Denver Broncos if they get to the AFC Championship and they lose this year?
I think it could still be considered an awesome year, but the Broncos and the Avs are different. The Avs were such an overwhelming favorite, right? And they're the number 1 seed, President's Trophy winner, and in year 7 of a championship window. So just game theory this out, right? And obviously I'm trying to settle a score. Right?
I know
I'm trying to settle a score. but this is why I get so frustrated with the commentary around the Colorado Avalanche. If the Denver Broncos did what they did a year ago, they kind of came from out of nowhere in a lot of people's opinions, right?
In my eyes, they did. I didn't have them winning 14 games.
No one did.
1 game away from the damn Super Bowl.
No one did. Didn't hear one prediction like 14-3, okay? Even who I thought like people were crazy saying 13 wins. They did 14, right? So no one saw that coming. And now you come into the season with expectation, right? And now you're coming off that year and you're there. And then if the Broncos were the number 1 seed and lost in the AFC Championship, and it's like, man, but still. And then they came back in 2027, and they were amongst the league favorites, and they got upset in the first round. And then they came back the next year, and they're amongst the favorites, and they lose in the second round. And then they come back in 2029, and they're amongst the favorites, and then they lose in the first round again. And then they come back in 2030, and they are the favorite.
Then it would be John Elway, though.
And
it'd
then
be how John Elway and how his career kind of went.
You're in 2030, and you're in the AFC Championship game, and you lose 30-0. Would anyone in their right mind in Broncos country, on the heels of all those years, look and say, man, that was a great year? Now, I'm sure you might find one or two, but in general, it would be frustration. It would be disappointment, anger, despair. I can't believe it happened again.
Well, is that how they are in Buffalo with Josh Allen?
No, because they don't even make it that far.
But every year.
But yes.
Great,
yes.
Like,
no. They're not great
Buffalo
years. They're not great years.
But why?
Because they're not coming close to their goal. They haven't even got to the Super Bowl. To fail in it.
How many people really get to? It's been Patrick Mahomes. Man. That is the only guy who's been consistently in the Super Bowl every year, and then the Rams.
I got it.
Matthew Stafford's always close.
But when you game theory it out from a Broncos perspective, if we were doing this job in this town and did that for 7 straight years, we'd get to a point where it's like, this is unacceptable. That's exactly what just happened with the Colorado Avalanche. But the tone in this town, led by Joe Sakic and Phillip Lindsay and others.
There we go.
It's so great. And everything's chill, man. Zach, just settle down, bro.
I'm grateful that you put Sakic and Phillip Lindsay side by side, by the way.
And it's like, and I have to sound like the crazy person because I'm the one who says this is unacceptable. But as I established on Friday, the Avs are treated differently in this town. Yes, they are. They are.
You're going to get your way if the Colorado Avalanche don't win a championship next year, because they will not bring back Betsy and they will move on. But because they are still in this window with the same crew, or with the same coach that keeps winning games and always has us hoping and knowing that we can go and try to win a championship, you're not getting rid of him unless there's another guy out there that you can sit here and say, that man could truly do it for us.
Right.
You're not going with a first-year head coach with a group this core that's this old that still has a chance to win it next year.
Well, that's where you and I can agree and find some common ground here. And here's the thing. The Avs did win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
They did win a championship in 2022.
Remind yourself that.
I do. I have to remind myself because it's so far in the rear view that a presidential term is what the difference between where we are now and where the Avs were in 2022. And I think 4 years is a long time. I think it's a long time when you're the favorite, when you're overwhelming favorite. But I'll continue, I guess, to be the bad cop.
You are the bad cop. You are so spoiled.
And
go to your room.
And hold the Avs to the same standard we hold the Nuggets and the Denver Broncos. But the rules are just a little bit different with the Avs for whatever reason.
You got a favorite.
For whatever reason.
Your wife probably sits there and says, ZB, you got a favorite.
Wait,
when it comes to kids, right? You got a favorite.
I do have a favorite.
Oh, there you go.
I do have a favorite.
So it's just a little bit different with that favorite. Like you just turn your head for a split second. Like, yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see that one right there. Just go ahead before Mom finds out.
Oh, my God. Well, guess what? With my favorite, guess what? I still stick soap in his mouth, right? I still stick soap in his mouth when you don't do the right things. And the Avs need a bar of soap in their mouth. And the people who treat them with kid gloves, you guys need to wash your hands with that same soap. Anyway, what the heck were we? How did we get going down this? Oh yeah,
I don't know. The
best
Broncos.
and worst case scenario.
We went with the best case scenario, but what's the worst case scenario for the Denver Broncos?
So this is what CBS Sports said is the worst case scenario for the Broncos. Quote: Nix is ready to go for Week 1, but is less than 100% because of his ankle. He struggles to get on the same page with Waddle, and the running game continues to be non-existent as it was down the stretch last season. As talented as the defense is, its numbers dip slightly from last year, tipping the scales in a negative direction. Kansas City bounces back and knocks Denver off its perch atop the divisional standings, end quote. Okay. Honestly, I don't think that's doing the worst case enough justice. Just like we established with the best case is not playing in the Super Bowl. The best case is winning the Super Bowl.
Yes.
In that scenario, you're the number 1 seed. So yes, you're in the game. You could win it. So it should fall under best case. Worst case is, not just Bo isn't 100%, but Bo suffers another setback. Yeah, it's not available. And the Denver Broncos regression to the mean year over year after tying the most one-score wins in the history of the sport. That worm turns, and you are a 8-win team. I think the Broncos are too good to be be some 5, 6, 7.
I mean, I don't know. The couple of years before it was Kansas City. Kansas City was in the Super Bowl. The next year, last year, what happened to them?
They won 6 games.
And we're sitting here saying, "Damn, they regressed like that."
That's a good point.
And that's the NFL for you. All right, 1 year you're on top and everything's going great for you. The next year things don't go your way. Whether it's injuries, you got rid of a couple key players because of the cap. The quarterback doesn't do his part. And then you look up and you have only won 6 or 8 games and you're out of the playoffs. And we're sitting there saying, we thought this was a Super Bowl team, and these guys didn't even make the damn playoffs.
Yep, and it happens every year in that league. We talked about it. If I said to you last summer, hey, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are going to miss the playoffs.
Be insane.
What?
Crazy.
Hey, the San Francisco 49ers, they're going to miss the playoffs.
Like what?
Kansas City's going to win 6 games as they try to defend their dynasty. They're going to win 6 total
games. I would say holler at me when you're sober.
Right, and I would say the same thing. So, I guess if we're going to get pushback on the best case scenario that it wasn't good enough, I would probably, after talking this out with you, give pushback on the worst case scenario that it actually wasn't as reflective as it can be. That league can be cruel. That league can be fickle. And so, we're probably right about that. It's probably just a little bit worse off than CBS Sports. Now, do I think that's going to happen? I don't. I don't think that's going to happen at all. We'll see, man. It's going to play out how it's going to play out. And the reality is, we don't have a crystal ball, but the reality will likely land somewhere in between best and worst case scenario.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's a tougher schedule. You have the first 6 games of the season, it's a gauntlet. And so what you have to look at is, okay, can you go 3-3? if you can go 3-3, there's going to be a lighter part of the schedule. Then you have to take advantage of those opportunities and win the games you're supposed to win, and not just one-score games. I mean, you got to find a way to start fast, finish strong, and you move on from there to be more believable. But I could see the Denver Broncos winning 10, 11, 12 games this year, not the 14 games they won last year.
Yeah, and I think I had 11, you had 12
yes.
when the schedule came out. So, all right, we'll see how it all plays out in due time. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver, and KARSFM Laramie. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive, powered by Regen RX.
Woo! It's a beautiful day out here. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, ZB. Put me in the game. Let me go to work.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day here at Meadow Hills Golf Course. We've been here since about 2 o'clock. We're going to be here for just about another hour. If you wanted to come by and say hello, we'd love to see you. You know, it was what a sight this morning was in New York City. Watching the New York Knicks for the first time in 53 years. I'm not even sure if they did parades back then. I think, you know, the modern day parade is just a lot different than it was even 25 years ago. And so, but it's evolved into something we saw today. I mean, what a sight. It was hours before the parade ever started, and the police were saying, we have too many people. All the viewing wells are already taken up. Please don't come. I would be willing to bet when the numbers come out for how many people they approximate. You know, sometimes they do that with like large crowds, or like inauguration crowds or parade crowds, even here in Denver in 22, 23, forecasting approximately how many people were there. I'd be willing to bet, man, when we get that number with the New York Knicks today, it's not going to be, 600, 700,000. It's going to be over 1 million, and is it 2 million people?
And the NBA should be smiling from ear to ear. I mean, a big market city like the Knicks showing out, winning, and then of course for the Spurs, that young team is like the new bloods in town, and so everybody's wanting to watch Wemby, but also Wemby and the boys, and see what they can do and how they grow. I mean, if you're NBA, you're loving all this. And for me, I'm sitting there saying, man, I really wanted a parade this year.
Yeah.
All right, for selfish reasons, I never got to be a part of one with you, ZB. You talk about it all the time, how fun it is, and just being out there with the guys. And we had a chance. We actually could have had 3 parades. We were talking about that at one point where the Broncos were playing, and we're like, could this be a year where we have 3 parades?
Literally.
Because you had the Avs where it was like cup or bust. Then you had the Nuggets where we felt when they made the trades and the moves that they did, it was like cup or a championship or bust. And none of that came true, man. And we're sitting here 0 for 3 when it comes to parades while the Knicks are celebrating.
And what's crazy is the Broncos, which had the least of the forecast before their season started, got closer than the Nuggets or Avs, who both had like tangible championship expectation, like the odds maker saying, yeah, these 2 guys are live to win it all. The Avs, they're the team to beat. And for, especially on the Nuggets front, as frustrating, I was more frustrated with the Avs at the end than I was the Denver Nuggets, because in order to get your heart broken, you have to be in love, right? And in order to get like a championship heartbroken and a sports heartbroken, you have to believe that everything is not only possible. Phil, as much as anything that I believed in the near decade that I've been out here in Denver, I was just convinced the Avs were going to win the Stanley Cup.
I was so bullish on them. I was like, man, this is the year. They have everything from 2 goalies that end up being true, to being deep in their pairings, to being deep when it comes to the lines, the coach who has done it before. Like, what more could you ask for?
Nothing. I mean, we were talking about, hey, this team doesn't have a weakness. Could they rival the Edmonton Oilers in, I think it was 86, going 16-2 on their way to a championship? And turns out there was a team in the NHL like that this year that went 16-3. It just wasn't the Avs. But what makes it maybe less heartbreaking but more discouraging is looking at the Denver Nuggets. because you could actually look at the Avs and re-talk yourself all over again.
Which we will, which I know I will. I've already done that. I don't know about you, Z.
Oh, you've already done it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, mission accomplished. Like you're
one snapping clear, baby.
Oh my God.
I mean, like no matter what, whether it's now or later on, we're going to talk ourselves into saying, hey, they have the team to do it. They're going to win a bunch of regular season games, but come postseason, can they do it all?
Yeah.
And they have the guys. They did it before.
On paper they do. Now, unfortunately, the games are played on ice, right? Not on paper.
That sucks.
But by October, I'll be back in. All right, I'll be all the way back in. I'm actually thinking about getting a limited season ticket package for me and my kid.
Oh, you're not allowed to.
For me and my kid, yeah.
For the Nuggets, maybe, but not for the Avs.
And no.
Bednar said you can't do it.
And but with the Nuggets, when you look at their situation, Phil, it's so discouraging because as frustrated I was with the Avs based on expectation, the Avs at least got halfway. The Avs won 8 of 16 games. I actually, at the beginning of the season, thought the Nuggets could win the championship. And they won 2 games in the postseason. 2 of 16. They were a galaxy away. You got humiliated by a team who went on to get humiliated, and then the team who did that ultimately lost.
And honestly, they might have got humiliated. How many games the Spurs win? 2?
I think it might have just been 1. They blew. They blew 3 games, and so I mean, I made the food chain analogy, right? And like you have like little fish eaten by bigger fish, bigger fish eaten by much larger fish. Then a shark or orca eats that, and it's like the Denver Nuggets are waiting in the waters as a tuna surrounded by orcas and great white sharks, and the NBA draft is just a couple days away. All right, it's this coming week, early next week. All right, and this will be the first time that we go through this experiment, and it is kind of an experiment because, lest we forget, the Avs have co-GMs.
The Nuggets,
or excuse me, the Nuggets have co-GMs.
Avs are living rent free. I get you.
The Avs GM just said, "I'm out of here."
There's no hope. I'm going to Nashville.
And the Nuggets have co-GMs, and so this coming sequence, man, it's so easy to say in the press conference, "Hey, man, we work so well together, we're like-minded."
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean when you're talking about the NBA draft, you're betting on human beings. And nothing says that these guys are going to, despite being paired together, are going to see things the same way. And I'm sort of fascinated just how all this is going to play out.
Well, I'm fascinated, and honestly, just to put you on the spot, like, who gets the final say? You got co-general managers. Usually it's just one guy doing the job where it's like, I got to talk to the higher up, the owner, and that's it. Or the president, maybe, and that's it.
Yeah.
In this case, Ben Tenzer and John Wall, it's like that both of them are talking to each other. What if one has a different perspective than the other? Who gets to say, well, I trump you, and we're going to go out there and pick this guy up? Who would that be, Z?
Well, here's Pandora's box being opened up. They each have a boss. That's true. He's the president of basketball. So ultimately, the decision is made by the president of basketball. But I would ask, would you trust Josh Kroenke like getting into the film and drafting like a player? No, right?
No.
You're eating with you're with too many spoons. You have the Avs over here, and there's Liverpool over here, and it's like
just way too much going on.
There's so much going on. So if it came down between just Ben Tenzer and Jonathan Wallace, my guess. And it's more of a hypothesis, an educated guess, is that John Wallace would get the final say. Ben Tenzer's the one who went to law school and he understands the NBA's basically arithmetic and curriculum that they forced these GMs and folks like them to understand, and all the aprons and mid-level exceptions and bird rights and frozen picks and all the different rules that make up this complicated sport.
You already got me confused when you started listing that off.
Dude, it's crazy. They haven't done their new fans especially any favors. But John Wallace is the guy that's like the basketball, closest to the basketball. He's every stop it's been basketball. There's no leaving for law school but there's space for both of these guys. But I'm just curious on how this is all going to unfold. The Denver Nuggets do have a pick. They're picking 26th All right, and the reason they have a pick is because the NBA doesn't let you trade away all your picks. They've learned the hard way decades ago that teams will do it, and then those teams sit there and rot for a decade or two at a time. And so they have the pick. Man, if there was ever a pick that they need to get right, it feels like pick number 26. But there are some reports out there that Denver could actually look to move up here in the draft.
Yeah.
So a really, really important week as it relates to just the outlook that lasts the rest of Jokic's prime. Like, you have to get this pick right.
Well, ZB, you're saying, hey, they may move up in the draft, which may be the case. But if you're going to move up in the draft, that means you're going to probably have to pair an asset to the draft pick, which is you have the first round, 26th pick in the NBA draft.
Yep.
So who would that be then? Who are you going to give up on this team so that you can move up 5-6 spots to get the guy that you really want that could help? You're hoping that can help right away. Maybe not a bona fide starter, but a guy that's going to be coming off the bench as a role player that can play really good defense or can generate some offense for you. Who are you pairing, if you're the Denver Nuggets, to move up then?
Yeah, it's going to be, unfortunately, and I don't want to say goodbye to this guy. I think he can be a great Nugget. I think he's a really good fit. And the longer the season went on, that fit became more clear. It's Cam Johnson. Just because the contract is expiring, he gets paid around $20 million. A team can onboard that, and then you could turn around and move him again if you wanted to. Then they'll have the Denver Nuggets pick as well. See, because they'll let you do draft night trades. So, like, if the Nuggets wanted to trade their 26th pick today, they can't. But they can on draft night. And then basically another team will pick their player for them if they wanted to do that. But if you want to move up the board, they're going to attach Cam Johnson to the 26th pick, maybe try to get inside the top 20, all right? And we're hearing that being reported. NBA insider Jake Fisher, who works for the Stein line, longstanding insider Mark Stein, Clutch Points, Brett Siegel. They both have two separate reports that are saying the same thing. The Nuggets are trying to move up the draft board for number 26 to inside the top 20. Cam Johnson will be paired along with the 26th overall pick. And it's unfortunate because you don't have to move on from Cam Johnson. You don't. But I think they're going to. They're going to shed salary. They're going to get cheaper. I'd be stunned if they say, you want to know what? We'll pay the luxury tax bill. If they do, you'll be able to knock me over with a feather in the best kind of way. I just don't think that this organization is going to do that. The Denver Nuggets didn't give the organization enough conviction to not do what I think they're about to do when you lose in the first round and you only win 2 games. Like, if they lost in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, like, you could, maybe convince the ownership that, but if they're looking for a reason to shed salary and avoid the repeater tax, and then you gave them the reason, all signs pointing towards they are going to dump salary. It's going to be a gap year because Jokic is Jokic, and they'll still have enough. They'll probably win, 45 games, be the 6th seed, and they'll be out in the first round again.
But you say, hey, they'll probably win 45 games, and you just spitballing there.
Yeah.
But you would have to imagine if they get rid of Cam Johnson, they may end up getting rid of another guy, whether it's Jamal Murray or let's just say Aaron Gordon. Let's say Jamal's here for right now. AG would be the next. If they get rid of Cam Johnson, who's in his prime, he's young, he brings some scoring ability, a lot of scoring ability, especially when he's on, and he turned it on at the end of the year, especially in the postseason. But you get rid of a younger guy like that, and you have someone like AG. Like, are you going to win 45 games? Like, or are you going to try to move on from AG too?
Yeah, they absolutely could. And we got the reports this week that he is drawing the most external interest. And I tell you, it's probably time. Here's what I'll say. Like, just looking at the situation, like, summarize things. You're not close, okay? You lost in 6 games in the first round.
Yeah.
You won 2 total playoff games, okay? So that was pretty dramatic. That's pretty shocking to the system. Because it's dramatic and shocking to the system, you likely need to do something dramatic and shocking to the system to try to right this ship. And if you're just, they're not running it back. I refuse to believe that because they're not going to pay the luxury tax bill. So, Phil, if it were me, here's the thing. I was thinking of you in this conversation when I was reading the words of John Wallace and Ben Tenzer, who sat down and did an interview with Matt Brooks of DenverNuggets.com.
Well, thanks for thinking of me, man. I cannot be a general manager, though. I would love to get paid like them, but I know I'm not going to do a good job.
You were not in consideration, okay? Here's what John Wallace said, Phil. He goes, quote, "You just look at the state of the NBA. You've got to figure out a way to improve your toughness, improve your defensive ability, and versatility. Specifically, being able to guard the ball, blow up screens without having so much dependency upon one another, and just overall effort. I think we have that from a core standpoint, but anywhere you can add some fresh blood, so to speak, you try to do that. Okay, so he's talking toughness, defensive ability, versatility, specifically guarding the ball.
The
right?
Denver Nuggets have none of that.
None of that, right?
Maybe one guy, Payton Watson, and we don't even know if they're going to be able to bring him back.
Right. So I agree with you. Full cosign. But when John Wallace says, I think we have that from a core standpoint, if you were to try to draft the Nuggets and draft their core, Jokic is going number 1 overall, and who's going number 2?
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray. All-NBA Jamal Murray,
Yes,
right? Okay, so start there. When you think of Jokic and Jamal Murray, do you think of toughness, improving your defensive ability, guarding the ball, blowing up screens? No. Now you hear from Ben Tenzer, John Walsh's counterpart and partner. I think focusing on players, targeting players that kind of fit what we're looking for and where the league is evolving, to watching the playoffs now and seeing what goes farther in the playoffs. We've talked about length, athleticism, physicality, improving our defense, end quote. So both guys are saying the same thing, and I agree with them. They're right. I think they're being truthful in their answer there to Nuggets.com. But if you believe that to be true, and this is where the league's evolved. We just talked to Derek White last week.
Yeah.
He talked about how differently the defense is being played at the All-Star break from last year and what they're allowing and what it's now opening doors for teams like the Spurs and the Thunder.
He co-signed all of it.
He did.
Derek White, that is.
He did. Look at 5 of the 8 teams who were in the semi-conference, the conference finals, the semi-conference finals on the East and West. 5 of the 8 teams were top 8 regular season defenses. The eventual champion, New York Knicks, who had a parade today, had the best defensive rating in the postseason. It's about defense right now, and I just continue to pound the table and implore our audience to understand maybe what they already do. You are not getting close to winning anything in this landscape of the NBA when your best 2 players are your 2 worst defenders.
So then it seems like what you're getting at is we may end up trading someone like Jamal Murray. Because if you are looking for athletic ability, all right, toughness,
length,
rangy,
yes, defense, yes,
then giving someone like Jamal Murray up can give you the flexibility and the luxury to go out there and get a better player like that, a younger player like that, because you already have Jokic. That's great. But you need him to do his part, but you also need people to protect him because he doesn't play good defense. So trading someone like Jamal Murray and going and getting a defensive-minded guy may be the answer or the recipe to helping the Nuggets win 45, 50 games this year.
It very well could be. And it may not just be one player. Maybe you can bring back 3 different players for Jamal Murray, right? I don't know. I don't know what that return looks like, but here's what I know. His stock has never been higher if you wanted to sell it.
You're right.
Right? And I talk, often make the stock analogies with this stuff and quote, the great economist Warren Buffett, when others are fearful, be greedy. When others are greedy, be fearful. Like, you have an opportunity to sell on Jamal high right now. And I know some people never want to hear that, and the posters up in the room and all this stuff. Jamal is a legend that's never going to change. His jersey's going to be retired, all right? But we've been waiting for him to get to a point where he could be like an all-NBA caliber player. He did that. If there was ever a time to pull that lever, now would be the time and reshape the team around Jokic, because as it's currently constructed, it's not close. They're not close at all.
Jamal Murray is an all-NBA player. Jokic, before he got hurt, was playing out of his mind.
He was.
And these guys couldn't get out the first round.
Crazy.
That right there should tell you everything you know. It's time to move on. Not because we don't like Jamal Murray, but because you're looking for young youth, length, athletic ability. All right, you want to dump some money. So someone like Aaron Gordon, who's getting older and who's never available, played in 36 games this year, and they didn't play at all, and if so, a little bit when it came to the postseason, both years. You got to, if you're going to blow it up, you might as well blow it up. Don't halfway do it. You can't be halfway in and halfway out. Just do it.
Exactly.
Pull the Band-Aid off.
And so, and for Jamal specifically, if we want to get even more critical, all right, and this has been a great nugget. Love Jamal Murray, okay, and we all should. But if you want to get even more critical, all right, Jamal Murray has turned into the worst version of himself in 3 straight postseasons. Are we realizing that, guys? When's the last time we said playoff Jamal? Do we realize playoff Jamal this
not
year
lying.
shot 35% from the floor? Who shot 26% from three? It happened again. What happened last year? Remember, they needed him. Game 7, he had 5 points in the first half. He shot 40% from the floor. All right, he was not good. Again, shot 30% from three last year against Oklahoma City in the postseason. What happened the year before that? It was the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second round when he threw the Heat pack.
Yeah.
He had the worst true shooting percentage in 50 years among any player who took 20 shots or more a night. So for 3 straight postseasons, Jamal has been the worst version of himself. But what he gave you is an incredible regular season, and you could sell that. Another team could sell that to their fan base. And so, again, this is not an anti-Jamal Murray, rant. It is a how can we continue to maximize Jokic's prime
How do we get another championship? All right, we deserve another championship here. Okay, Jokic deserves another championship here. That should be the ultimate goal no matter what you're doing. And it's going to come with tough decisions. What do you always say about a trade, a good or great trade, hurts or stings?
Yeah, a very good trade or a great trade, it stings.
And something like trading AG, Cam Johnson, those are going to sting. Trading Jamal Murray, it may hurt the heart, but it's for a great reason. All right, the vision has to be how can we get young and more athletic, because last year or this year, the Denver Nuggets looked old, slow, didn't want to play defense. They weren't ready for the big moments. Obviously, they get knocked out the first round. That must change if they're going to compete with the Spurs, OKC, if they even have a chance to try to get out the first round.
And here's the other thing, and I know I mentioned this, but it bears repeating. The Western Conference is changing rapidly. And you had teams who last year, Sacramento, Utah, eventually Dallas, New Orleans, who were trying to lose, guys. Who were trying to lose. That's going away. You want to hear a bold prediction right now that I'll tell you? And put this in your back pocket. June 18th. Thursday, June 18th at Meadow Hills. The Utah Jazz will be in the postseason next year.
Utah Jazz.
Correct.
The ones that
Yes.
were tanking.
Yes, they're going to be in the postseason because they had healthy players that they wouldn't play. They had
That was
healthy
the
players
game where
that they faked injury. Yes, that was the game where they were winning. They were beating the Nuggets. And the Duke kid, Kyle Filipowski, had like 20 and 10, and they pulled him out of the game in the fourth quarter because he was playing too well. They made a trade for Jaren Jackson Jr. Just never saw him. They said he's injured. He wasn't injured. They were tanking. You're going to see that, like an organization like that, bounce up and compete for a postseason spot. There'll be other teams like Utah. So those free spaces on the game board that were available to the Nuggets this past year, they're not going to be available. And they're going to be a worse version of themselves next year than they were this year, and this year's team wasn't close. So put your big boy pants on, have these conversations because they're hyper relevant. And I still have not heard a good idea when it comes to the Denver Nuggets that brings them back to title contention. You need to do something dramatic here. And I think that one lever to pull is Jamal. We'll see if they do it. NBA draft just a couple days away early next week. Okay, if you want to respond to any of those conversations, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043, or hit us up in the YouTube chat, powered by Sean Ponda. What Denver Bronco improved their stock the most over the last 3 weeks? We'll have that conversation next.
One can't stay on the court. The other can't stay on the field. There are certain things that are putting Aaron Gordon and J.K. Dobbins in the same conversation, and neither one should be happy about it.
So is Aaron Gordon now in the J.K. Dobbins category in your mind, that it's not a matter of when he gets hurt or if he gets hurt, it's when he gets hurt and how long will he be out? I mean, at this point, is this just the way he's going to be?
Yeah.
A part-time player, and you're going to be holding your breath, especially come playoff time, every game.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey everybody, Cecil Lammy here from my friends at SodaDietAndNutrition.com. 866-800-SODA is the phone number. And 5 years ago, I lost 60 pounds. 60 pounds gone, lost forever, and never coming back. Why? Because of the dynamic diet that their nutritionist specifically trained, customized a dynamic diet for each person like they did for me. They can do it for you as well. Everyone has different food sensitivities, responses, weaknesses, lifestyle habits, and behaviors, so a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't work. Dynamic Diet highlights that personalized approach. And it's really that personal touch that takes soda and puts them over the top. Online, soda, dietandnutrition.com. 60 pounds down 5 years ago, and I've never gained it back. And those 60 pounds came off naturally. There's no mystery pills, no chemicals in my body. I'm not giving myself a shot every day. I'm eating the right things at the right time every single day. Because of soda, dietandnutrition.com, soda is, everybody say it with me, their state of the art.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Minicamp reminds us of something important. No one was meant to do life alone. Every great team has teammates, coaches, and accountability. The same is true for men. If you're trying to navigate life on your own, it's time to find your team. Join a New Path men's group in person or virtually and build faith-filled brotherhood that helps you lead at home, at work, and in life. And while you're at it, check out the latest music from New Path Worship and stream their newest song. Visit newpathonthefan.com to learn more, because no man was meant to walk alone.
Hey, it's Zach here. Are you seeing cracks in your home's drywall or foundation? Call Homestrong. Their highly qualified technicians provide free inspections and quotes. With 20-plus years experience in the foundation repair and concrete industry, one thing is certain. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details. The playoffs bring out the teams that are built to last through pressure, intensity, and long nights on the ice. When you're bidding an electrical project, you don't want a regular season performer. You want a team with a 40-year winning record. That's Piper Electric. From commercial construction to EV charging, fire alarms, power distribution, and preventative maintenance, their electricians are safety-driven, highly skilled, and ready for complex environments. So when your project goes out for bids, choose the team built for the playoffs. Visit piperelectric.com.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Rob Biadino here at BeatTheDA.com. My law firm's doing a ton of divorce cases these days, and the bottom line is I see a lot of controlling spouses. They try to control and threaten you with calling the police. They threaten you with taking the kids. But the worst ones are to control the money. The ones who control the money, we got to get to the bottom of. We got the investigators, we got the forensic guys, we got the experts, the bank guys. They can go find and track whatever's hidden. At the end of the day, hit me up at BeatTheDA.com or 720-706-5151.
Denver Roof Pros provides roofing repairs and replacements with fair pricing and a lifetime warranty. Front Range homeowners trust year-round.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
Attention, career seekers! Denver's 26th Annual Community Employment Day Career Fair is in person on Monday, June 22nd at Doubletree Hotel Conference Center in Denver, Quebec Street from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. CityCareerFair.com and Bonneville invite you to interview with Denver area's top employers looking to fill hundreds of positions. Employment opportunities include finance, sales, management, healthcare, engineering, and more. The Career Fair is sponsored by City Career Fair in collaboration with Bonneville, Denver.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Last 3 weeks, OTAs and mandatory minicamp all in the books. Phil, what player on the Broncos, within reason, right, as much as you can for this time of year, what Denver Bronco maybe improved their stock over the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, so we didn't get to go out there a lot and see the Broncos practice, and they were practicing a lot more than we were able to go and watch them. But the 3 or 4 practices that we were available for, Evan Ingram stood out to me.
Yep.
I think that he has taken a baby step. Now it's OTAs, it's mandatory mini camp. So, take that with a grain of salt. But for Evan Ingram, he did look a little bit more athletic, a little bit more springy when it comes to just running the routes. And he looked healthier. And the Denver Broncos were getting him involved. Davis Webb and Sean Payton were getting him involved early during the times that we were out there. And he was catching some really good balls. He wasn't dropping them. He was taking off with the speed and the burst. And if we can just get that man to going vertically and across the football field where he is catching the ball and he is getting a little bit more separation, he can be that dynamic player from the tight end position we've been looking for, and we thought he was going to be last year. But he has taken some baby steps in the right direction, so hopefully he starts to take bigger steps during camp, ZB.
Yeah, and as much as the experience was frustrating with Evan Ingram a year ago, I think he actually needed a start like this, even in this time of year. Yeah. Yes, even in the month of June, because it was just maddening, I think, for this offensive coaching staff last year. And I think that if this time last year, when we were all fired up about the Joker and he's tweeting a gif of the Joker hanging out the car. And
but here we go. We finally have a tight end in the building since Virgil Green.
Yes. George Payton saying, hey, trying to find Sean's Jokers, like trying to find the Loch Ness Monster, and we found them and all this stuff.
Well, we're still trying to find that.
Well, if I said to you during that period of time, Evan Ingram is going to go on to have 50 catches, I think we would have signed up for that.
Oh, yeah, sign me up.
50 catches is a lot of catches across 16 games, and that's what Ingram played last year, 16. But what didn't add up is the 461 yards. Now, 50 catches, 461, I'm not great at math, but that's single-digit yards per catch. Comparatively, Sutton, 14 yards a catch. Troy Franklin, 11 yards a catch. Rookie Pat Bryant, over 12 yards a catch. Lil Jordan Humphrey, over 11 yards a catch.
You forgot one, ZB.
Michael Bandy.
Oh, bands will make you dance.
Over 12 yards a catch during his opportunities. So for Ingram to have 9 yards a catch and one more touchdown than I caught, it doesn't line up with the 50 catches. He could have the 50 catches again this year, and his season look entirely different because of what he does with those 50 catches.
Yeah, and for Evan Ingram, all the pressure is put on you. You got to change in the offensive coordinator. Now you have your former teammate, Davis Webb, calling plays for the most part. All right, you're back with the team. And, guys, I'm just going to be real with you. The Denver Broncos, they wanted Evan Ingram to take a pay cut. Why wouldn't you if you're the Denver Broncos, right? You didn't produce like we thought that you were going to produce. Can we get some of your money back?
And you've heard that, right?
And I've heard that.
Because that was never reported.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
You heard.
And I've heard that. And so, but when it comes to Evan Ingram, I don't blame him. I wouldn't give him that money back. I would keep my $6 million and say, hey, if you want to get rid of me, you get rid of me, and I'm going home with $6 million. With that being said now, Evan Ingram has a bunch of pressure put on him because now you have to go out there and produce. Yes, have the 50 catches, but let's go for 650, 700 yards. Let's even go 800 yards. Break those tackles, have more than one touchdown at the end of the season, and help the Denver Broncos get to a Super Bowl. Winning is one thing, but getting there, they can this year if everybody is healthy and everybody's doing their part.
Well, I like that. I like Evan Ingram getting off on the right foot here in OTAs and mandatory minicamp. If I were to identify someone that may have improved their stock as much as you can this time of year, I might look at someone like Troy Franklin. Man, and I love me some Pat Bryant, right? And I
thought you did.
I really believe in Pat Bryant.
Traitor.
But Troy Franklin looks like someone who's about to take off,
Ooh-wee.
Phil. And my eyes just tell me from how he looks athletically, his route running, we've talked about it, who he profiles to be. I think if the Broncos had a game today, he'd be the third wide receiver when, 2 months ago, I thought it would be Pat Bryant. And that could change, right? That could change throughout the season. But Troy Franklin, someone who had 200 and something yards his first year and then went over 700 yards his second year, 6 touchdowns. 6 touchdown catches for Troy Franklin. That was second on the team to Cortland Sutton's 7. And I think that if there's another step to be had, and I don't know if the numbers are going to reflect it because Waddle's going to eat into his target share as well, but his impact on game days, this man looks ready to pop.
Z, it might not be the 65 receptions for 709 yards he had last year and 6 touchdowns. It may be, 40 receptions. It's still around 700 yards because he's getting the one-on-one opportunities, and he is explosive, and they're hitting him downfield. What I'm talking about is Bo Nix is hitting him downfield for these touchdowns, and maybe it's still 4 to 6 touchdowns that you're looking for this coming year for Troy Franklin. But I'm with you. I think he's taking a step in the right direction. A big-time step is going to come during camp, but he looks really, really good right now. He looks explosive. He looks confident. All right, he looks like he has gained a little bit more weight, so he's strong. He kind of, like you said earlier, reminds you of Emmanuel Sanders, and he's going to get those one-on-one opportunities. I feel sorry for a safety or a nickel corner that has to just go one-on-one with Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin's going to eat this year. And one thing Troy Franklin has that surprised me, but I saw it early, and it was against the Indianapolis Colts, he has a little bit of meanness to him. Right, an attitude, a little bit of grit to him.
Yeah, he does have
some
of
grit. Breaking tackles
Yep.
and somebody hitting him getting back up saying, I want more. All right, so a guy like that is a competitor. And Bo Nix and him were teammates for a very long time before he was a Denver Bronco. So I can see Troy Franklin taking the next step and just being more of a dynamic receiver, a number 3 receiver, a true number 3 receiver this year.
All right, we'll see how it all plays out on Monday when we come back here because we will be off tomorrow. We talked a couple times throughout the afternoon what player helped their stock in the last 3 weeks. Turn the coin over. Is there a player who had their stock hit just a little bit, as much as it can be for this time of year? That conversation coming on Monday. Okay, shifting gears. Again, if you guys want to jump into that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043, or our YouTube chat, powered by Champ Honda. Okay, looking back, what did we learn today in Denver sports? That's coming up next.
2 arrests, felony charges, excused from minicamp. Jonathan Cooper's future in Denver has never been more uncertain. Is it fair to think it's over for him in Denver?
There's some moments where I'm like, man, at the end of the day, if the law and the league don't take him off the Denver Broncos, are the Denver Broncos going to be the ones to say, this is our new standard? Yeah. And despite us giving you a $60 million contract and being a huge part of our defense, you're still gone? I just keep going back and forth. If I had to choose right now, I think he's done as a Bronco.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And guys, as you know, we're in summertime. That means hikes, golf, and family adventures. But if degenerative joints or those old high school sport injuries are holding you back, then you need to discover what I discovered is natural pain-free relief with Regen RX. Their stem cell therapy and PRP treatments can have you feeling great. And it could be the answer that you've been looking for to reclaim your active life again. There's no surgeries required, no downtime, and no risk. For your free consultation, you can give them a call today at 303-630-9770, or you can visit them online at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co, or give them a call at 303-630-9770.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has stood beside Colorado families after serious car accidents. With over $1 billion won, we know how to fight for you. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit willhitewins.com. That's willhitewins.com.
Who helps keep Colorado's wildlife wild? Our people do.
Hello, my name is Patricia. I've been with Chevron for over 17 years.
Her team uses GPS to track where mule deer and pronghorn roam throughout the seasons. This data helps us take their habitats into consideration when planning our operations.
When we created our comprehensive wildlife and conservation program, it was really about what was possible.
Learn more at colorado.chevron.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
You know that feeling, sitting at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you got here? Credit cards, car payments, subscriptions you forgot about. It all piles up. But here's the thing. If you own a home, you're sitting on the answer. American Financing can help you declutter your monthly bills into a single manageable payment. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture, not just one piece. All right? The average customer savings is $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there is never any upfront fees or obligation with American Financing. This is a family-owned lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. So pick up the phone and start that conversation at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or simply visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Colorado weather can be tough on your roof. If hail, wind, or storm damage strikes, call Colorado's Best Roofing. Locally owned since 2012, they're a GAF Master Elite contractor with an A+ BBB rating, serving residential and commercial properties. Schedule your free roof inspection today at roofingcolorado.com.
AutoNation's July 4th sale means savings worth celebrating. Right now, drive new and used cars with 0 down. Plus, make 0 payments for 90 days. Thousands of vehicles, thousands in savings. Put 0 down. Make 0 payments till fall on all your favorite new vehicles. Don't miss out. Save now through July 4th weekend only. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation. Less stress, more go. 90 days to first payment on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 7/5/26.
One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Thursday as we wind down at Meadow Hills. And in just about 40 minutes from now, I'm going to be out there playing. See how many holes I can get in before the sun goes down.
Beautiful out there, man.
It's we are in that window of time where it's light the longest. I think after this weekend, after this weekend, the days actually start getting shorter.
Yeah.
On the 21st, I'm being told. And right now it's the 18th. So, like, these next couple days are going to be the longest days of the year. And then the worm turns, and the days start to get shorter as we go into the fall. Isn't that crazy how
it's crazy, man. And we at some point we're going to be sitting there in the dark again doing the show.
Yep.
And we're going to be talking about how, hey, man, it's going to get lighter. Inch by inch, it's going to get lighter every single day. So embrace it now. Be where your feet are. Enjoy this time, ZB, and you're definitely going to enjoy it right after the show.
Yep, can't wait. Shout out Meadow Hills, treating us great here today, and excellent food and just everything. Huge shout out. So what did we learn today in Denver sports? We learned that the Denver Nuggets may have interest in Bogdan Bogdanovic, Nikola Jokic's Serbian national team teammate, who, because of injury, might actually live within reality as a fit for the Denver Nuggets in a way that maybe he wouldn't have 2 years ago financially.
What are we getting with him if the Denver Nuggets decide to go down that path?
Very smart player, shot maker, fearless, doesn't play with any sort of fear, camaraderie with Jokic, chemistry with Jokic. So you get all that, but it's a risk. But the risk would be the only reason why he would be here in the first place. His knees have been unkind to him for back-to-back years. What else did we learn? So the timeline for Jonathan Cooper and his legal situation has shifted a little bit. We didn't talk about this today. Did you see this story? There's a little bit of
man.
Yeah, a little bit
enlighten all of us.
Yeah, so a little bit of a shift for Jonathan Cooper. All right, so previously, and you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to read right from the article here, if it can load in time. There we go. All right, so Will Peterson wrote about this at DenverSports.com. Jonathan Cooper was excused from the team's mandatory minicamp. We know he's been arrested twice. We know the situation is being taken very seriously. That's a quote from Sean Payton. But initially, Cooper was scheduled to have a jury trial on July 22nd and 23rd before the Broncos training camp, but that has since changed. So Luca Evans of the Denver Post is reporting multiple charges from different incidents with Cooper have all been consolidated, all right? And apparently his new deposition hearing is now on July 24th. The Denver Post is putting out there.
So that's like the day before camp.
Exactly. So initially we said, hey, if Cooper's case does go to trial, it won't happen before training camp, but now it's looking like this could actually bleed into training camp. It's just another, not good. It's like the day when the charges were dropped against his girlfriend. It's just not a good day for Jonathan Cooper. They moved your date. Now it's even closer to training camp.
But now it's a distraction because literally it's like the day or two before training camp. You don't know what type of shape Jonathan Cooper is going to be in because he's away from the facility. You don't know what kind of headspace he is in. If things go bad for him and he doesn't get off, what are you going to do if you're the Denver Broncos? What's the next plan? Is it to go with Jonah Ellis, Tillman, and Big Q Robinson? Are you going to bring in a vet? And the only vet that's out there now that I can think of, and nobody's going to want, some do, and maybe not use the Von Miller because Cam Jordan, he signed back with the Saints.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so what are the Denver Broncos going to do so they can keep this defense rolling? Is it trusting those young guys that they drafted and they brought in free agency-wise, or is it, hey, we're going to go get a vet?
I can promise you the Denver Broncos are not bringing in Von Miller. Pinky promise. All right? if you want to bet on it, we can.
Oh, you must know something I don't know. I'm not betting on that one.
No, because you're not going to replace a domestic violence.
A convict with another convict, huh?
Accused player in court with someone who's been accused of that twice as many times. And so I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that the Broncos ownership would co-sign that. It would be a bad look from a public relations standpoint. But I suppose anything is possible. You could go, Hassan Reddick.
Yeah, there's a couple other veterans out there too.
There is. So, but more not good news for Jonathan Cooper. And it's just this thing, there's a very real scenario where we're doing training camp shows, reacting to practice, but also updating on the ongoing court case that is happening while practice is going on. Like the prospect of that is very real. So we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. Elsewhere, what else did we learn in Denver sports as we look back on the day? All right, there was an article from The Athletic who put out names, trade names, a trade board.
Yeah.
And who was number 14 on the list was Val Nichushkin.
Big Val.
All right, and that list came out today. The ranking posts players, quote, by how closely they demand watching based on their potential impact and their current amount of buzz around them, end quote. So Val Nichushkin, there's another very real scenario that the left-handed winger who was signed by the Avs after the Cup, 8 years, $49 million, he could be on his way out of town. Now, I didn't realize that Val Nichushkin has a no-trade list that contains 12 different teams on it.
Oh.
I did not realize that
either.
until today, that Val has a no-trade list that has almost half the league. So that could limit the options for Colorado, but it may have just run its course here in Denver with Val.
Yeah, I mean, Val's not in a way. It's like Aaron Gordon, where you like what he did, you love what he did for you. He helped you win a championship, but at some point you got to go. Now, AG is different than Val.
He is.
Yeah, I got to make sure I got to separate it. But for Big Val, it's time to move on. Salary dump. I don't know what you're going to get for him because of the type of baggage that comes with him. But just like some of these other players on these other teams that we love, at some point it must come to an end, whether it's because you're getting older and you can't stay healthy or because you just aren't doing your job to the best of your ability and it's time to move on.
Yeah, Val, I mean, for a few years there, he was a point-per-game guy. That production really fell off a cliff this year. 17 goals and 49 points in 79 games. So a down year, no doubt, for Val Nichushkin. All right, we are going to leave it there for now. Really appreciate you guys spending your Thursday afternoon with us. Huge shout out to Meadow Hills, the Clubhouse Sports Grill here taking care of us, hooking us up for dinner. Really appreciate these guys. And this beautiful course
is going to get ripped up by CB.
It's not going to play itself. These cold beers are not going to drink themselves. So someone is tasked with this burden. I will shoulder said burden.
Thank you.
And you're welcome.
You're a true warrior.
Hey, everyone, we won't be here tomorrow. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys on Monday. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
Three years ago, the Broncos were a laughingstock. Now, back-to-back playoffs, 32 wins, and an ownership group spending like they mean it. Now Cecil's ready to say what Broncos country is thinking.
The greatest bit of news and information that I can provide today for you is merely this. Greg Penner is inevitable. Greg Penner is undeniable. Greg Penner and the Walton Penner Group and the Denver Broncos are going to be a dynasty. They just are. That sort of businessman, that sort of business people do is they excel.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here, along with my guy, Phillip Lindsay. We are The Drive, and we're hanging out here at Meadow Hills Golf Course until just about 6 o'clock. If you're anywhere near Meadow Hills, come and say hello. Give us a pound, snap a picture. Meadow Hills, a former country club, all right? Classic tree-lined fairways. It reminds me of maybe a course in North or South Carolina. It's got large lakes here, lush grounds. It's traditional golf at its best. It was actually also an early tour stop and actually hosted the Denver were opened back in the early 1960s. Tight fairways, small greens demand respect and accuracy from golfers. I'm going to get tested on that right after we get off the air here today. Some of Colorado's best views are also seen here. Extremely popular course, considered one of the best value rounds in all of the Metro. Also, the Aurora Amateur is taking place from September 19th through 21st, and the Aurora Ladies Cup, October 3rd, will be at Meadow Hills. Come and say hello. We'll be here until 6 o'clock.
Switching your account numbers is hard. Being forced to switch, even worse. That's why at Belco Credit Union, we want to pay you to switch. From June 1st to August 31st, we're offering a $300 bonus when you open a new checking account with a qualifying direct deposit of $500 or more. They're changing your account number. You can change who you bank with. Go to belco.org/switch for full offer details. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required. Conditions and restrictions apply. Belco. Banking for everyone.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. Is your car making a weird noise and you're not sure what exactly is going on? All Points Automotive makes it easy for you. Free diagnostics and estimates from a 100% mobile mechanic who comes to you. To book your appointment, visit allpoints-automotive.com.
Robbie Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases, 300 trials. Let's face it, divorce is really impactful. You may have a controlling spouse. You may have a violent spouse. You may have been a victim of a domestic violence. You may be wrongfully accused of domestic violence. This all affects parenting rights. And let's face it, the kids are the most important. These are the things that need to be handled. They need to be handled appropriately.